Right, okay, so let's begin. So, welcome to Adventure Bastards, which is a show we've been doing for a while of role-playing stuff. We've got a new crew here today. We're returning to the world of Call of Cthulhu, which is 1920s jazz and the occult. And hopefully this will be a nice lead into a live show we're planning to do later next month. So, firstly, if we could probably go through the crew one by one, introduce yourself and introduce your character to let us know a little bit about you. I should probably say beforehand that this crew, rather than being a crew of altruistic investigators, they are a crew of selfish thieves.
We prefer the term criminals.
Not wrong.
Look, listen, everyone loves a heist gang, okay? It's like, it's a crew of people close to everyone's hearts, especially when our fingers are in their jackets, taking out their wallets,
And I'll apologise if we do decide to broadcast this, that right now Becca's screen is currently mostly green, and it keeps jumping around whose screen is mostly green, so we'll just have to live with that. We couldn't fix it before we started. So anyway, I'll go through in the order on my screen. So if we want to start with Emmy, if you want to introduce.
Oh no, I knew it.
All right, we'll go. I'll tell you what. We'll go around we'll do a random order. We'll start with Lauren. Lauren, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, fucking obviously.
Random.
Do you want to introduce yourself and your character?
Okay, I'm Lauren. I'm 29 years old.
I thought you were
I'm
21.
not single. I don't. I've been sober for approximately 7 days.
Where are we?
I don't know. You said introduce myself in a panic.
What's anonymous? Like what?
You need that much detail.
I was in the previous girls' crew when we did Numenera, and I aided the guys on the last live show they did, where I was dressed as a slutty barmaid. That was great. That was totally not demeaning at all. And my character is Elsie Taylor. She is a sort of pickpocket cum charmer. She's not that charming though, but she's really good at confusing people by speaking too quickly, and I'm not sure what else to say about her. I guess more will be revealed as we go along.
Okay, well then should we go on to Heather?
Yeah, can do. I'm Heather. I also helped out in the previous live show. Not really sure what else to say.
That's fine. You don't need to do the full personal history like Lauren did.
That's fine. My character is Isabelle Tate. Kind of brainy, but in the socially awkward bit of a hermit way. We'll see how that goes.
Becca.
Hello, I'm Becca. Haven't done very much role playing before, so this could be a complete disaster.
The way we like it.
Yes. I expect me to not know what's going on 90% of the time. And my character is called Fredie, and they're just as clueless as me, so it should be fine. At least that part of it. Yeah.
Awesome. And finally, Emmy.
I'm Emmy. I did the last campaign thing, not live show.
Yeah.
That one. My character is called Louise. Anna. I don't actually know. Holding.
She doesn't know her name.
It's a relative, and I don't know how it was pronounced.
Now it's time for you to decide that.
Yeah, maybe later.
Good prep talk.
I'm going to be very slow today, I think. But I'm from London. Not me, my character.
Yeah, you don't sound like you're from London.
No, I'm not
From London. I don't know what that accent was. That wasn't a London accent.
Stuff.
Cool. And I believe Emmy and Lauren are both playing today with illnesses.
Yes.
I'm dying right now.
Perfect. Hopefully you guys can bring that over to the live show and be just as sick on stage.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh. Can I be on the end, like far away? That would be.
I think it would be best if you sat between.
I'd be on a different table. No.
Main table.
The special table.
You can
I'll
still
tell
be
me
sort of
if I have
We
to.
need to share everything. Everything.
No.
book fort.
What?
Book fort.
Yeah,
You
book
can
fort.
build a book
I
fort.
love a book fort. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So as things begin, you guys are currently located in London. Like a temporary hideout where you guys have just rented a small flat. Just you kind of move from place to place. So this isn't where you're going to stay. This is just because obviously you don't want to leave too much of a trail for anybody to follow.
So we can afford our own place. We don't have to like do room share with like 6 other greedy people. This is not the London that I know.
It's being paid for you. So it's
By who?
I was gonna say, speak for yourself. Some of us are a bit wealthy.
But I mean, the place isn't super nice. It's kind of a bit of a rundown attic. It's like exposed wood, and the bed's a bit more like they're borderline prison bunks. But it's like it's just a cheap place that's been rented out to give you guys somewhere to stash your stuff and kind of plan whatever you're working on next.
It's got character.
Yeah,
It sounds cushy.
Yeah, it's like
Hipster.
yeah, you'd consider it a hipster studio flat maybe.
Yeah.
We drink out of jam jars.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we don't eat off plates. We eat off wooden boards.
With chopsticks.
And we've
Incidentally,
got exposed light bulbs.
incidentally, those wooden boards may be the rotting floorboards, but
It's
Okay.
very chic.
Who's counting?
Anyway, so you guys have been waiting to hear about what your next mission would be when there comes a knock on the door.
can we ignore it?
You can ignore it if you want.
I'm gonna go and answer the door.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
You open the door, and there is a
Who's there?
you get a very appropriate reply from a familiar face, a young woman dressed in a maid outfit.
Where?
Then you
Fredie, who the hell have you been calling?
What would you like to know?
and you
I think
reckon
is it our old school teacher?
I didn't go to school.
you recognize this woman as Rose. She works for the mistress, who basically is the woman who assigns you missions.
Jack could have fit on that door, okay? You know that he could have fit. Just gonna put that out there, like, get that out the way.
Rose just says Jack wasn't really her type, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Gosh.
I feel you. Come in, Rose.
Rose comes in, and as she does, she's kind of like puts her hand around your waist in a very sort of flirty, very overly friendly way, as she always is with you.
Oh my god.
I'm fine with that. I'm like, I put my hand around her shoulder, like lead her in, like, yeah, let's go in, take a seat. You want a cup of tea? Do we have tea? Can we afford tea?
No.
Do we have seats?
Uh,
Oh,
I need purple tea.
She says if you
close
guys,
the door?
she asks if you're thirsty. She's happy to make drinks for you guys while you talk.
I feel like a really bad host if she's come to my house and she's making us drinks.
It's kind of her role, and she's happy to serve you ladies. Probably a bit too happy to serve you ladies.
I'm happy to be served.
Okay.
Don't trust her.
But yeah, she says, how are you ladies doing? Hope you've not been too bored waiting for something new to come up.
Alright.
Same old London. Just been out getting some, London stuff.
Yeah.
Well, she just
I'm from London. I can do London things. I'm absolutely.
she sort of smiles and is very impressed by your London knowledge.
Oh yeah. I know all the stations of the underground off by heart.
I saw a watch the other day. It was good.
She says, "Well, hopefully the mistress has a mission for you that will be a bit more interesting than mere pickpocketing." So
Makes this a skill.
So, and she comes over and is like gets a bit touchy with you. He's like, "Oh, I'm not judging you. I always appreciate your abilities and skills."
What's she carrying on her?
She's not carrying anything.
Can I not pickpocket someone off her?
I mean, I think the only thing that's maybe removable would be like the little thing on her head, the little maid thing on her
And her
head.
clothes.
Oh, that's boring.
Can I take her clothes off?
She wearing a bra?
At the moment, yeah.
Oh my god, can you pinch that with my nose stick?
Just as she leaves, just unclip it.
That would be a pretty hard rule, right?
I'm just, what's
Fleece the bra.
Not with my skill.
I'm
Can
trying
me
to,
and Emmy have a bet? Can I bet that Emmy can't do
I'm gonna do it.
it?
what's your sleight of hand, Emmy? 50.
I don't know.
Can you give me a roll to see if you can pull this off?
Can I legitimately win money?
So yeah, you sort of try to slip your hand inside Rose's clothes, and
This
she
is gonna fail horribly.
and she catches you and says, "Oh, you don't." She says, "Oh, you don't need to do it on the sly. Just wait till later."
No.
Brilliant.
You guys just like can it for a fucking second while we actually get some business sorted out, alright?
How much money do I win?
Alright, Friday, later.
She says, I'm happy to entertain you, ladies, but there is as I'm looking at character names, as Elsie says, we do have business to attend to.
Yeah, come on, guys, keep it in your pants.
To be fair, there was nothing going on with the pants region.
Okay,
Take the bra.
keep it in your bras then.
Keep your bras on.
Oh my god, it's just a bra.
Take the bra off.
Yeah, well, I bet.
Right. Anyway, so Rose says to you guys, the mistress feels that with the skills available amongst your crew, I'm sure you would be able to pull off an art heist. It seems like something you guys would be down for.
Yeah.
What art? Where is it? Who's it by?
It's a big
What
picture.
region?
Of course.
What museum?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does to me.
We'll take
It's
the
a
job.
really big one.
I'm
the
really,
National
really
Gallery.
bored of fucking fleecing Johns and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Can we...
that's fine, but I still want to know.
Well, I assume that'll come.
She says, yes, I have some details for you. Obviously, not everything. I mean, I don't want to take all of the fun out of the mission for you, but
I need to know what piece we're stealing.
We just go in and pinch
Bloody
it.
hell! Let's just go to a museum. I'll have that, maybe that.
Just have at it. It's fine.
she looks a bit bewildered. But she's like, I am trying to explain.
Yeah, if you give her a fucking second to actually speak.
Right, so she says there's a new, the newly renovated Paladin gallery is being opening tonight, and they're unveiling a new work combined by the famous painter Pinot and the sculptor LaRouche, and it's a combined work between the pair of them, and the mistress would like you to secure both pieces. One of them alone won't be enough, and both must be secured for it to be work, because the work's meant to be a collaborative effort.
Ooh.
She says, so this might make it a bit risky, but obviously you guys need a bit of an in to be invited along to this thing. So they're doing a press and critique preview later tonight, and Pinot the painter owes them. Pinot. He owes the mistress a favor, and so
I bet he does.
Wait, the mistress is familiar with Pinot, and we're about to steal from Pinot.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Wow, backstab.
I'm familiar with you guys, and I steal from you all the time,
No,
so
you
I don't
don't.
really think that matters.
Try to steal.
I wouldn't be a very good thief if you noticed.
Yeah, the way I heard Louise's character can't even steal a bra.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, there will
come
come a
back to-
time
Come back,
when it counts, I will take the bra.
come back to me when you can steal a bra.
Just a bra. Oh my god.
Well, fuck, I did it again. Isabelle's not even wearing a bra, so.
Yeah,
Wow.
whatever.
Anyway, it says Pinot is a friend of the mistress, and the mistress has told Pinot that 4 friends of hers are visiting town and would and are interested in arts and would like to attend the opening later. So she figured if you can meet him at the King's Arms pub this afternoon, he will give you tickets to view it, and you could probably be a good chance to speak to him and get some information. And says she suggests you would use the preview later to scope the venue out and maybe come back later to do the heist rather than trying to do it all at once. But hey, if you figure you can do it in front of a bunch of people, then why not?
It does feel a little bit risky.
You'll never see it coming.
So yeah, she says, but yeah, see if you meet Pinot's, because this morning now, by the way, but I should have mentioned this is about 10 a.m. in the morning. But you're meant to meet Pinot sometime around like 1 o'clock in the pub, and he'll give you tickets for the event later in the evening.
Sounds good.
And so Rose says, do you need any other information before I head off?
Is the mistress gonna kit us out with some nice outfits?
She said, I'd rather leave that up to you, you fine ladies, to figure out how you want to approach this yourself.
Is she gonna give us a budget? Because
not really, no. She says, like last time she gave you a budget, you kind of wasted it all on frivolities. So I'd rather you.
That's because she gave it to Elise.
Well, you know.
Who the fuck's Elise? Why would she give all the money to Elise?
You mean Elsie?
Elsie? I don't know how the fuck you say her name.
Well, with the L before for everything else. So yeah.
She says the budget will be once you provide the artwork, you'll be paid very well as always, and then you can blow the money at that point.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow the money. I just want to have a suitable, disguise, so nobody asks questions.
Rose looks at you with a real doubtful look of like she's been through this with you before and doesn't really trust you.
It's the gallery that we're stealing it from. Did you say it was like the Paladin gallery?
Paladin.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's
So I was like, Paladin?
I was like, is this going to some Voltron take on New England now?
Space gallery.
Who painted it, punk?
But the owner of the gallery is named Paladin, which is why it's called the Paladin Gallery. So. Okay. But yeah, Rose says, is anything else you need other than money?
Which you're not giving us.
Than money.
Sorry?
A shower.
That'd be
A
nice.
shower.
Do we?
A
Well,
real
we've
one.
got a bucket.
You've got an old rickety metal bathtub in one of the corners of the.
I'd like a dog.
No.
Hot water.
She says, well, you hopefully you won't have to stay in this venue for long. Where the next mission, if this goes well, is going to be in Southampton. So we'll try and find you something a bit nicer there because it's a bit cheaper than London.
Exotic.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit cheaper than London at least.
Hmm.
It's hard to get you something nice and keep you guys low profile.
I just.
At least it's an art gallery, and art is subjective. And if we go in looking like the Great Unwashed, it's just all in the theme of art and freedom and
I've washed.
Yeah,
well, we're not all as privileged as you, are we?
Listen, just because you choose not to wash, dude.
Everyone washes.
I want to get in a tin. It's fair.
Okay, so Rose says, well, good luck, ladies, and if you do need anything, you know how to contact me. And with that, she sort of gets up and leaves. As she leaves, she sort of rubs her hand across Isabelle's leg as she goes out the door. You guys, you've got a few hours until you're due to meet Pinot at the pub.
Pinot.
So it's up to you guys if you wanted to spend that time, or you could just chill and wait until you meet him, or you can go off and do things. It's up to you.
I guess I should probably go and try and find us some clothes to wear.
Meh.
Are we going in disguise? No, wait.
Well, Isabelle doesn't have to get clothes, but I would.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna want to dress her
I have
up.
clothes, but not like the sort you'd expect to go to a fancy thing in. It's just
gonna need to go to a boutique and fucking get a 5-finger discount on some nice dresses.
All right, that's fine. You can do that.
And I'm gonna need Emmy to help me because, I'm gonna need Louise to help me because I'll be the distraction and you can pocket them like we normally do.
You want me to steal a dress?
I need you to steal 4 dresses.
Why?
4.
Why 5?
Well,
I was like, who's not wearing a dress?
Have a spare. It's fine.
You can always have a spare.
We can probably go to about 3 different shops and then maybe get 1 or 2 from each place, and then we can try.
I'm not top of my game today though. I couldn't even take off her bra. I don't know if she's just good or I'm bad.
It was just a warm up, man. Just a warm up.
Cold hands.
Can I practice taking
cold hands?
I know Isabelle's not wearing a bra, so I'm gonna remove Freddie's bra.
What?
I need something to give me my confidence back.
right. You're gonna roll on that.
I would, but I always forget how to do this.
Roll slash. Or slash roll.
Was it that? Yeah, it's that. Oh, yes.
So
Oh, nice!
before we play, actually, wait a minute. You have to roll low in this game, not high.
Oh.
Oh yeah, of course you do. You got to get lower than your actual number.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
It does.
Not to me.
Have I lost my bra or not?
Oh wait a minute.
Your
Wait a minute. That means I must have done it wrong earlier, and you did actually take off.
I was thinking that. Like, how hard was
No,
that
yeah,
roll?
okay, so everyone right now
roll-
is like, oh, you couldn't get that bra, and I just go,
Oh my god, you got it! I was
I'm
gonna say, like, was the difficulty of the roll like a 20 or something?
No,
to
you're
get
right.
a
I read it wrong. I read it wrong. Sorry, my mistake earlier. Yeah, it's because it's rolling low, not high in this. So you
okay,
so you
so
did
everybody,
so you
I
did
just
manage
want
to
to
get.
show you Rose's bra. All of you missed that. Every
Can
single
I-
one of you missed me take this.
Can I grab the bra off her and
No,
like
it's
size
mine.
it up on my?
Can
I
I
just want
have
to.
it?
I want to size it up on myself and see if
I
it's
thought
like.
you said you wanted
I
to
need
see
one.
Is it the same time?
I'll
Yeah, I
take
stole this
donations.
for Isabelle because Isabelle doesn't have the bra.
Is the bra the same size as me? Will it fit me?
Well-
Kind of come over.
How do we roll for that?
How no, well, that's your call. How do you think your breast size compares to Katie's?
I definitely don't think that would fit me. So guess I'm bang out of luck.
Well, I'm going to give it to Isabelle, and Isabelle's just going to have to stuff it. So
That's
here you
fine.
go, Isabelle.
Thanks.
There's a bra. It's for you. Little bit of lace. What the hell are you doing?
See, we've all got bras.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow.
Well, that's the first mission solved.
Magic.
Done. Okay,
Alright,
right.
let's
Let's
go
go get
steal
some dresses.
I've got confidence again.
Right. Okay. So you guys are all brawled out now. What are you gonna do?
I guess we're gonna go
There's no
to where do you Oxford Street? We'll go to Oxford Street
Okay.
because there's loads of close traps.
Are you all gonna
There's
go?
the police as well.
I don't care.
Well, I'm dragging Louise to Oxford Street with me.
That's fine.
Elsie and Isabelle, are you guys gonna go along?
I'm Elsie.
Oh no, not Elsie. Sorry.
Fredie.
Isabelle and Fredie, are you guys gonna go along?
You guys can be lookout.
Okay,
for,
that's fine.
For what do they call them? Peelers.
The
Bobbies.
sofa.
Peelers.
Yeah,
Potatoes.
so that's what they used to call police in London in like
Oh.
those days.
Bobbies.
I thought you were talking about potato peelers.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure I'm not wrong, but
You're probably right.
Okay, anyway,
I
let's just
go
go.
to school.
All right. So you guys head across. Well, you're not actually. You're fairly central already anyway. So you walk across town towards Oxford Street. There's quite a few choices of clothes shops. I mean, it kind of depends whether you want somewhere that's really down market and kind of like, you know, cheap. Do you want somewhere that's sort of middle of the road, or somewhere that's really prestigious?
mm,
Not too
Okay.
prestigious.
but we're going to like a press preview of like an
Yeah,
art
but I
gallery.
think-
We need to
I
look
think
nice.
a prestigious place might realize when I pinch 5 dresses.
No, we're not going to pinch 5 dresses from the same place. Are you stupid? Right, we'll go into a mid-range place first. We'll warm our stealing fingies up.
If you manage to get something a bit more upmarket, then we can all fight for it. It's fair.
Okay.
If I'm
Right.
pinching it, I'm having it.
Before we go into this, I'll go over the plan, okay? Just so we're all like
Cool.
here.
Yeah.
So you two are going to stay outside, and if you see any bobbies walk
Dog
past or come near, you need to start a fight with each other and cause a huge distraction outside, okay? And if you keep an eye on the inside of the shop, if you think anyone's catching on to Emmy or paying Louise and paying any attention, start a fight outside the shop, okay? Just start a fight, get really rowdy, cause a huge distraction. I'm going to go in with Louise, and I'm going to get the attention of the clothes people, staff. I can't remember what they're called, but
Peelers.
yeah, them. Yeah, the people, whatever. And I'll just distract them, and then Louise, you can just do your thing. I'm going to assume you've got like a coat or a bag or something. You can just.
Yes.
I would like something green.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
What color do you guys want?
You
I don't
get
care.
what you get.
Blue.
You get
Blue,
what
blue.
you get what's there. And
Oh,
what-
actually, no. I want red. I want red.
no, you're just
Yes.
getting,
Yeah.
you are literally getting what I can grab.
That's fine.
But a blue one.
Well, if the dress shop doesn't have a blue one.
Well,
Oh,
then
man,
we'll
they're
get
gonna
one
have
from
blue
you.
one.
That's fine. Okay, so
If
We'll
not,
get you a wedding dress.
are we all good? Does anyone have any questions before
I
we go
don't
into
want a
the...
wedding dress.
5 wedding dresses coming up.
Mate. What kind of fight do you want? Like, do you just want like a little bitch fight, or
What
do you
about,
want,
like,
what about like a
screaming?
crazy hobo style fight?
No,
Like,
no, no. Like,
Why
not
do you
like
hobo?
that.
You've
All
been
you
with
can't
my
do-
rubber. You've been with my rubber. You fucking slag. Like that kind of thing. Like domestic, like that.
I was gonna say
Right.
you could
Like we're married.
pretend you were dating.
No,
and
like you're
that
married to
Freddy
other
broke the
people,
woman.
or
Oh.
maybe I don't know. Just maybe you can be married to each other.
Like,
Maybe
bitch, you looking at that woman, and then slap each other.
yeah,
Oh,
like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Or just-
yeah.
Or just
I
do
like
a crazy
how,
hobo fight. Like
Just give us a slap. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I can do that. I'm sure I can
Yeah.
slap anyone. Look, I suppose I could slap
not
anyone.
on the face though, because we need faces for later. Remember,
Oh,
faces
okay.
for later, ladies.
Can I just
Okay.
clarify one point about this plan, right?
Slap to the boob.
Mhm.
Bad.
So just this is just a hypothetical. I'm just make sure I got names. Louise and Elsie are inside trying to steal dresses.
No.
We are
Oh right,
both
yeah.
inside.
Hypothetically, yeah.
You're inside now.
On the street,
Mhm.
a police officer walks past.
Mhm.
What's going to happen?
Nothing.
All right, okay. Because the way
That's
you were
what I
talking.
would think. Why would you draw attention?
No, it's only in case the staff notice, or if a police officer goes into the shop.
Right, okay, that was what I was clarifying. Because the way you described it there was just like, as soon as a police officer walks past, these two are going to start
Start
punching
a
each
fight.
other.
No, they know what's
Someone's
up.
arrested, ladies. I will break you out later.
All right, that's fine. I just wanted to clarify. I understood.
Don't
Pass.
get arrested. It's not good.
We're both gonna slap him. That was
No,
the
you don't
plan,
slap the
right?
police
Don't,
officer.
don't slap the policeman. It's fine.
Oh.
I'm here for that. You can slap me. That's fine.
Okay.
And yeah,
Slap her on the tit, though, not the face.
mate.
Okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess it's protected now.
You've
that's
got
fine.
extra padding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rose's bra definitely would have the most padding. Yeah, so, is everyone cool with the plan?
I'm cool with the plan. Wait, what have I got to put the dresses in?
A bag. I brought a
Your
bag.
bra.
I
It's like
don't
an-
think my bra is going to fit an entire dress.
Well, so it's like the 1920s, so they'll all be like silky flapper dresses. So it's not
Won't
like
they also have crinolines?
the 1920s,
Oh,
not
okay,
the 1820s.
Man,
I was going to get you a wedding
Take
dress.
a look around.
a long time ago.
Yeah, have you been outside in the last 100 years?
No.
Okay, so
I live in
everyone cool with the plan? We know where we're at. We've done this before. We've fucking fleeced.
Don't we need a pair of shoes?
before.
Actually, no, fuck that. I'm wearing my boots. Carry on.
Okay, right. I'll go in first, and then you join me once I've
Shouldn't
engaged
I go
them.
in first?
No, because then they'll talk to you.
It's fine,
I-
because then you come in and distract them, and I can carry on browsing. And
No,
they've
but if they're
spoken to
already
me.
trying to upsell you, then it won't work, because then they've got attention on you. I need to go in and cause a.
No, because then
big
you can
distraction.
go in and be like, I want to buy a dress, and that'll take their attention away from me.
No, but
if I
then they
can
will.
ask
But
them-
they'll already be thinking about you buying stuff. Whereas if I go in and I'm already talking to them, you can
Girls.
slip in without letting the dingler go off, and then you
The
can.
dingler. Okay, fine. The
Girls,
dingler
go in.
can go
Please
off.
go in.
I'm just gonna
This
walk
plan
in.
is really good.
I'm gonna open the door
Okay.
and I'm gonna look around.
Elsie walks in. You see the store's got a few, there's about 3 or 4 other people browsing the aisles in there. There's about 4 aisles of clothes. The aisles aren't super packed tight of stuff, so it's not like rammed full of clothes, but it is kind of spread out. There's 2 shop assistants, one who's standing at the till, dealing with a customer, and another woman who's sort of browsing the aisles looking to see if she can help anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna walk in.
So this woman comes over to you and says, "Can I help you with anything?"
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because I have like such a big party tonight, and I really need something special to like show off for everyone.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to open this door and not dingle?
If you want to not set off the ding-a-ling, then you'll have to roll for a stealth check for it.
Before Emmy does that, can I roll for charm to really capture this woman's interest?
Yes, that would help. That would make Emmy's roll easier.
Okay. So.
Because I don't have yours and Heather's character sheets. You're gonna have to tell me if you succeed or fail.
My charm is 70.
Okay.
Oh, that's a crit, isn't it?
Yeah. So
She's
this
gonna
woman,
want to marry you.
this woman is
You could
enraptured
probably
with
just
you.
get the dress for free.
You could take her bra.
Like, I basically want to make her feel like my best friend.
That's my thing.
This woman's like, oh, you look so perfect. I mean, I can't. I've got so many great dresses for you. I
my
have
God,
to
I
see
was
you
so
with one of these dresses today, or I will be
Yes,
so
why
sad.
don't we like go around and like get a bunch off, and then we can like try them on and like see what it works with like all the other things,
And
and then we can like try and make some outfits and stuff. It would be so nice.
She is super excited, and basically you have her full undivided attention. So it's still worth I'm looking at Louise rolling for stealth because the other woman might still
I
notice.
just did, and I
She
got.
just did, and she got a crit.
Really?
What?
I just slipped in, so like
Yeah, you managed to get inside as if the door wasn't even there. You know.
we didn't even open.
it wasn't.
guys.
We took it away.
Yeah.
I just took the door out.
Yeah, you
That's
took
why
the,
we're outside. We're good at stuff like this.
Yeah.
You're just taking the door away.
you were just inexplicably in the shop, even though there's no way you could have possibly got inside. No,
Alright,
and
I'm good.
nobody's paying any attention to you.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
And with my thing, I'm kind of like trying to catch the eye of the woman at the till as well, almost to get her attention. So like when she's like, if I'm like picking up stuff and I'm like holding two racks together, I'm like, oh my god, what about this? And do you think this would go with this? I'm kind of like, does the woman at the till look over at me?
Yeah, you both, since you've both critted, you're getting away with this pretty much.
Okay. I'm just kind of gonna be like, what do you think about this? Like, you look like you've got a good eye for these outfits and stuff. Like, you're dressed in an amazing way today. Like, please give me your advice. Like, tell me what you think.
So the woman at
Yeah,
the,
I'm gonna
the
go
sorry.
down one of the because you said it had aisles, didn't you?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
I'm assuming there's one lady at the till, there's one lady with Lauren. So can I go down an aisle where neither of them are
Yes,
in
you
view?
can. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna go down that aisle and start perusing the dresses.
Okay,
then.
one sec. So while you're doing that, the woman at the till, I should just say, is kind of a bit exacerbated. There's a lot going on, and she's trying to stay on top of everything. And so she's trying to give Elsie's character the attention she's asking for, while also serving someone. So she's just massively distracted and a bit put out. Which means
By the way, if there are any customers in there as well, I'm gonna try and get them wrapped up in it, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna start like complimenting them, and I'm gonna be like if there's a woman who's like picked something up, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this color will look amazing on you. Like if you do your hair up like this, and then like have that kind of falling down, like oh my god, you would like look so spectacular.
you are the literal center of attention. Everyone in the shop is looking over at you, and nobody has even noticed the inexplicably teleporting Louise, who has managed to get into the room without anybody realizing.
This is like the least subtle attempt, but it's so
This is what-
successful.
It's
This is
working
just
so
what
well.
we do.
I'm so satisfied that it's working.
Okay, so can I start bagging some dresses?
Yeah, but to be honest, because of the way you've already rolled, you could just get whatever you want right now.
I might
my
just
God,
get all
take
4
both
dresses.
You can pull 4 random dresses off the aisle you're in without anybody.
Hey, why random? I'm gonna pick good ones.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, sorry.
Got the
I'd be like,
time. You can
okay,
pick like the
so-
nicest things in there.
Elsie wanted a red one. I'll take that one. Fredie wanted blue, so I'm gonna get this blue one. Yeah, this looks like it'll fit Fredie.
I've got a question. Is the woman who I'm speaking to, who's like now like totally obsessed with me, is she wearing any nice jewelry?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
She's dressed quite proper. This is a mid-level store. It's not expensive jewelry, but it looks nice, you know.
Can
If
you
she's
wait
got a
until
bracelet, can I
I'm
like take her
dressed?
arm and be like, oh my god, like I'm so pleased that you've like taken the time to like help me today, because I've just been really like, overwhelmed by everything.
It would
and
be a sleight of hand roll.
I'm gonna make a sleight of hand roll, yeah.
Can you wait till I'm out?
In Robin Hood, where he kisses his rings and you take all the jewelry.
Exactly. This is what I'm gonna be like.
If this messes up, you're gonna put me.
No,
in-
because I think I can talk my way out of it, because I've got a very good fast talk skill, which I think that I can employ. Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
why won't you let
I'm
me?
getting my slapping hand ready.
Oh,
Why I said, can you not let me out the shop before you mess everything up?
okay. So seeing that she's noticed me tugging on a bracelet, I'm gonna trip over. Oh my god! I'm gonna like trip into her.
Strength.
Brilliant.
Can you give me a strength roll?
Yeah. Is that just 1d100 as well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, against your strength stat.
Sorry, the fucking stupid Skype thing keeps coming.
All right, so this woman
Oh my
woman
God.
looks down a bit shocked as she feels the pressure of you as you grabbing at her bracelet, but then you
Mhm.
immediately collapse on top of her, and she just knocks to the ground, and is like dazed. She's not unconscious, but she's a bit like, oh, let's go. And everyone's watching, but the thing is, nobody other than her realized what you did. So
Mhm.
so you've got away with it to a degree.
I'm just gonna leave it because I know that she will have noticed me tugging on it, so I'm just gonna leave it on her wrist.
Before you do anything else, what is Louise doing?
Okay, so I've now got my 4 dresses. I would now like to make a very swift exit out the shop.
Can you give me another stealth roll?
Oh God.
Because, well, even if I fuck this up, Lauren just fell on a woman.
Oh, I
so-
know. I'm just gauging the situation.
Oh God, that's a middling.
I don't know what a number
Alright,
is.
so I'll probably tingle the bell, but then one's going to be looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Lauren's on top of a woman.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be looking at Lauren.
so basically, yes, on the way out you do ring the bell, and the woman at the till does glance over, but she's so panicked with with how busy she is, and now her workmate is now on the floor. She doesn't really see that you've also got 4 dresses under your arm.
This is
Hey,
actually
they're in the
very
back.
well. Okay.
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna link arms with Fredie and just be like, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
and back to
Well,
Elsie.
you're supposed to be accompanying the car crash that's still in that shop that's just on the floor. I mean, I don't know what to say.
She wasn't in the shop.
You. I'm talking about you.
Elsie, so what are you doing?
I'm gonna be like, oh my goodness, I am so sorry, and I'm gonna use my fast talk skill to try and like, just make this a lot easier. Just like distract a little bit more and get myself out of there, basically.
All right.
I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, my back hurts so much. Like, oh no, I'm such a klutz. Like,
All right, give me a fast
this
talk
is
roll.
my fast talk skill is 60. So.
All right, so you basically managed to sell a. In fact,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Let me help you up. Oh my gosh! Like, let's get you sorted out. Like, can we have some help over here? This lady needs help. Is she okay? Get her a glass of water. Can somebody get us a seat, please? Like, she's obviously hurt. Come on. Does nobody care?
So they all start running around in a panic, trying to bring this woman back up onto her feet and help her.
Okay. And while everyone's like gathering round and helping her, I'm just gonna. Step out.
All right, so you can get out the store because you've rolled enough successes that you two have managed to make your way back out. So you're all back out on the street with a bag full of dresses, and you've probably got at least a little bit of time before anyone realizes anything went wrong in there.
Let's leave this street.
Yeah, before someone slaps a police officer.
Yep.
That's not the plan. Please, nobody. I'm looking at you, Isabelle.
You do see a police officer on the corner of the street. He's not aware of anything, but
If he sees us, I'm just gonna go.
Just keep me at the back. Or maybe not actually.
We're
Keep
just
me in
gonna
the back,
we'll be
but-
linking arms in twos like normal ladies who accompany each other out. Like, a lady wouldn't go out by herself.
yeah.
So.
As you walk past, the police officer does the tits his hat m'lady type.
My lady.
Brilliant.
So, Bob.
So what next for you guys?
Got to get married.
Got dresses.
Well, we don't need to get changed now. We need to go. Well, I guess what time is it? How long did that take?
So it's probably
Well-
that probably took about an hour. So it's probably only about 11 now. So you still got 2 hours before.
Should we go get some jewelry?
Uh,
I'd really like some jewelry. I'd really like a nice
Okay.
like to set this off.
Sounds like we're getting jewelry.
Yeah.
Let's go get jewelry.
Okay.
okay.
So maybe walk around the corner to Regent Street.
Yeah. Like, we'll kind of. Let's have a look. What's
We
that?
don't necessarily need to go into a shop to get jewelry. We just find someone who's got some nice stuff on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see. I mean, obviously, if you scan the street, you do see a mixture of people. It's it's central London. There's well-off people, and there's poor people. There's kind of a bit of everything. So I mean,
We're only poor people, only rich people.
Yeah. We only want rich people.
I mean, there's plenty of rich people about. I mean, there's definitely a handful of rich women walking around with lots of expensive jewelry on.
Are there any rich
Any-
stupid people?
And any rich, stupid people or people that are women that are alone.
Let's see.
Widows.
One of you,
Drunk.
I guess one of you would need to give me a spot hidden roll just to see how well you. Can
Oh,
sense the
I've
area.
got spot hidden.
I've got spot hidden.
I guess all of us are looking because this is all of our job, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, all of you can roll on spot hidden if you want. I mean, whether you've got it or not. I just need to know what numbers you get versus what versus.
Ooh! Oh wait, I rolled a d20 instead. Oops.
I think that's it. In it. Ooh. Ooh.
All right.
What am I seeing?
Okay, so you guys.
You see every... Oh, what am I fucking elf eyes see, bitch?
How to do it.
You guys are like got like laser sight here. There's like, you know, this is like computer scanning of something.
All of us just fucking nailed it.
You see one woman in an alleyway, dressed up very. She's a slightly older woman. She's covered in like really expensive jewelry, and she seems very distracted by. She's got a small dog with her that's kind of yapping and barking, and she's very distracted trying to calm it down.
Can we steal the dog?
No,
No.
we could do this. I'm gonna start like walking
Why is
over to her
that such a
and like really fussing over a dog. Oh my god, your puppy is so precious! Can I roll charm?
Yeah, please do.
What, on the dog or on the lady?
On the lady. The dog charms itself. It's fine. Oh.
Okay. She looks at you and says, "Leave me alone. I'm busy."
Oh, I'm
Ooh.
sorry. I just wanted to say your dog's so cute.
Can I
She's
go
like,
over
I've-
that
she looks-
and
she
try
look-
and...
Sorry, before one
You want me
thing.
to slap her?
She looks you up and down and how you're dressed and says, "I don't have time for the likes of you."
Okay. Can I step in and be like, oh, I'm so sorry about my friend. I just noticed you were having some trouble with your pup.
Says it's and I would thank you, ladies, to leave me be.
Oh.
Are you sure we can't steal the dog?
Yes.
Look at that.
I didn't say
Can
that.
I roll for charm? I don't really have charm, but...
I mean, you could try rolling on it anyway.
Yeah, do it. Why not?
You got...
We are not very charmful people today.
Okay.
Okay, so
Better
I
than
will.
very
I will
nice.
say she's no longer
I like
distracted by
animals.
the dog, and now she's looking very angrily at you two.
Okay, goodbye.
I mean, like, there's no reason for you to be so rude about it. Like, I was just gonna check if your dog was okay because he seemed to be having trouble. But like, you know, if you're gonna be an ass about it, then like, carry on, lady.
Look at Fredie.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have picked up, but I'm trying to fucking distract me here.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we trying to steal the dog?
No, we're trying to steal the jewelry. Ignore Isabelle.
Just so that I know.
Mate,
Like, you think
Hey,
you're
I
better
like
than
that.
us
That's
because
one of
you've
my,
got a
like,
stupid
like-
little dog and you're head to toe and like old-fashioned as
She's-
fuck
she
jewelry and like nasty clothes, but like, you're not better than me.
She starts shouting, "Officer! Officer!"
Okay, I
I'm
think
beating
we
the
need to
tit.
help her out.
do it,
Bye.
mate.
I'm just gonna grab Lauren and just...
As we go away, I'm doing this to her.
That's what I'm doing anyway. I'm just gonna be like, no, we're good.
Do the Cora face as well.
Alright,
Beautiful.
so not... Let's find
I
another
think we won
lady.
that fight.
Okay, let's find another mark, I guess.
That one went well.
And what was her business?
Dogs.
Frigid old cow.
This is why we're not getting a dog. Isabelle.
I figured if we're gonna steal all our jewelry, we might as well steal the dog as well.
I think she might
was...
have noticed if we'd stolen the dog. Just
We could have just
just
shot
Should I
her.
be mindful?
I don't know what makes me think that she might have noticed that, but I just
Probably
have a
the
feeling.
fact that the dog is yapping so loudly.
If we shot her, we could have taken the dog and the jewelry, and we wouldn't have had any problems.
Fredie.
That definitely would not have caused any problems whatsoever. I can't think of a single problem of shooting someone in the middle of the day in the centre of London.
She was down an alleyway. It'd take them at least 5 minutes
Do we
to
have
find her.
to roll again to look?
No, because multiple of you critted last time. I'll give you a freebie on that one.
Free look.
Let's
We get a free look.
let's see what else do you see.
Can we scope out like a few different people and make up like a plan, or is that, do you just give us whatever we get?
I'll give you as much as I can think of. I'm trying to think because you were specifically looking for women who had nice jewelry who were on their own, weren't you?
Yeah.
So there is a woman sat outside a coffee shop she's sort of middle-aged. She's got nice jewelry. She's sat reading a newspaper, drinking coffee.
Okay. Right.
Has she
Louise.
got her bag on the floor?
She does. She has a bag to the side of her chair.
Her
Okay,
handbag.
cool. I'm gonna go and
Why don't we
jump
just
in.
steal her handbag?
And I'm gonna
Put money
sit
in it.
down opposite her at the table, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I've heard about the news. Like, it's such a disgrace.
What are you
Can
rolling
I-
against? We'll get
What
back to you in
news are we talking about?
Emmy. I'll get back to you in a second. I just need to know what Lauren's doing here.
I'm trying to distract her again.
Really.
So that you can easily go and
No,
pick
I
up
know,
a bag.
I know, but I'm not gonna take a jewelry. I'm just gonna take a bag, and we can just go.
No,
and
I
buy
know.
these.
Yeah, obviously, but she needs to not be thinking about a bag. Like, I don't know. Would charm or fast talk be good, or like, there's no distract skill. So.
Yeah, it's
You
kind
know,
of-
the problem with this is that she's gonna affiliate your face with the disappearance of her bag.
Oh, true facts. Wear a mask.
Oh.
Whereas if you hadn't gone over there, I could have just pinched it without her even knowing we were ever here.
No, because that just wouldn't happen.
Yes, it would. That's how it happens in real life, believe it or not.
Oh my god, can you believe that?
Can I scout out a woman that Lauren isn't talking to?
Yeah,
That has her handbag on the floor.
Sorry.
Maybe we should just go to a shop.
Yeah.
Louise, I will let you play your role in a sec. I just need to finish with Lauren's with an understanding of what she's actually doing here.
Nothing. She's doing nothing.
She's trying to be proactive.
So you can charm or fast talk depending on what you're trying to do. Charm is you're trying to win her over. Fast talk, you're just trying to get her to agree with you, or like just trying to like get one up on her. I guess it'd probably have to be charm, wouldn't it?
Yeah, okay, I'll go with charm again.
Right. So again, she's like, excuse me, I'm sat trying to drink here. I don't need being bothered by the riffraff.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Right.
This ignites something inside me.
So Louise, while Elsie is making a tit of herself, a woman stops next to you with like to buy a newspaper, and her handbag is just hanging quite freely, not like completely. It's not like she's not looking after it very well.
It's not got a bra on.
Yoink.
So what do you want to
Motherfuck.
Right, so you try to grab her handbag,
Oh, no.
and she turns to see you and says, "Excuse me," and then, I mean, the thing is, thankfully for you, because it's London, she doesn't kick off, she just storms off.
Oh, I had a whole cover story.
I was ready to start.
I was just gonna be like,
screaming.
I just wanted to say this handbag is amazing. But
She's already run off.
Okay. Hey, I stole 4 fucking dresses. I don't need any of your cheap.
I should probably check in, by the way.
I don't think we need any jewelry.
Yeah,
I think we'll be alright the way we are.
What are Isabelle and Fredie doing while these two are running around making tits of themselves?
I'm just watching. Watching in disbelief. I could
Why
try
did you steal a handbag?
mate, I'm not built for that.
What?
No. No.
Okay.
I'm petting dogs.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to clarify what you guys are doing while these two are running around.
Fine.
I
Inconspicuously
hate people, but I like animals.
I'm gonna go over to Elsie and just be like, look, we don't need jewelry because we are the jewels. Fine.
I'm gonna stand up and be like, "That's right, Louise. Screw you, lady, and your nasty fucking newspaper. Read all that bigot ass shit. You think you're better than me, but you do not know anything.
The woman-
You and your tight old fucking handbag and your dirty ass right last season's clothes. Who the fuck are you?"
The woman starts shouting, "Officer! Officer!"
And I'll just grab and we leave. Okay, so let's go back to the hideout and put the dresses on.
That sounds safe.
Okay,
We
what was
had a
the
correct
result of
morning.
our dress haul, Perrin?
Sorry? Oh, you got.
What was the result of it?
Well, you'd have to ask Louise. Actually, she was the one who grabbed them.
I got you a red one.
Yes.
I got a blue one for Fredie. I got a green one for Isabelle.
Alright.
And I got a black one for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does it look like I need jewelry with this dress when I'm
No.
trying on?
You don't have any, so no.
It's too bad that I can't wear men's jewelry because men are so easy to steal from.
Well,
Men have jewelry.
not with those rolls.
How fucking dare you? I can't believe you disrespect me like that. Like, what the actual fuck?
Roll
Okay,
shaming.
so anyway, let's
charming.
Sorry?
bra up and dress up. There you go.
Okay.
No, well, we don't need to dress up right now. We just need to go get the tickets now.
I think by now it's close to 1.
Yeah, but
That's what I mean. We don't need the dresses. We're just going to a pub to get tickets.
Do we not? Oh yeah. Well, will he speak to us dressed like this?
Normal close to the pub, right?
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we're going to the do we know what the King's Arm pub is like? Is it just like a normal pub? We'd be dressed fine in there.
Yeah, you wouldn't. If anything, you'd stand out if you were probably dressed nicely in a.
Okay, let's just go to the pub then.
Yeah.
We've dropped the dresses off at home. I ain't carrying them around.
That's fine.
Yeah. We want to hang them up and make them nice for later.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Put them on the least crusty bed.
So you have to kill an hour or so to wait until
My
the
bed's
evening
not
time.
crusty.
And then you
Yours is.
head over to the King's Arm pub. Rose gave you a rough description of what the guy looks like, but you probably wouldn't have needed it anyway because when you get there, you
Got a
see.
name tag.
Yeah, it's got a big name tag over there.
He's got like one of those signs that you have at airports.
So he's got like a video game. He's got like a video game quest indicator over his head.
He's glowing. Like
Non-playable character.
So yeah, there's basically a guy who's sort of, he looks out and like he's got a suit on, but the suit is a bit all roughed up and he's like covered in like flecks of paint, and the guy's kind of twitching and kind of like, it's like drawing more attention to himself than needs to for a guy sat just drinking a pint in a pub, basically.
he's clearly an artist then.
Yeah, basically. So yeah.
Wow, savage.
Not wrong though. Not wrong.
So sorry, I just need to check his. I promise I've only written down everyone's first names, but he'd probably introduce himself with both, wouldn't he?
I don't think there's anyone that we've met that's trustworthy yet in this.
I'm getting the feeling that Freddy's a little bit paranoid. Don't know where I get that feeling from. I'm just getting that kind of.
So anyway, are you guys gonna go? All are you gonna go over to this guy?
Should we
I'll go
all
over.
go over to him? I don't think we should all reveal ourselves.
I'll go over.
All right. So you head over first.
All right, let's let the fucking psycho go and speak to the union.
It's fine. We might be kindred spirits. You don't know.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. So anyway,
Fredie and I are gonna go get a table.
Yeah.
Close enough that we can hear.
Close enough that we can slap someone if we need to.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
So he sees Isabelle approaching, and he sort of looks up, sort of rubbing his head, and he's like, are you pleased to meet you? Are you friends of? And he sort of whispers, the mistress. He says, good. Nice to meet you. And he says, excuse me, I've just it's been a rough night. He says, but I have tickets for you. I understand you ladies, this 4 of you, I believe, are here for.
That's right. Don't worry about it. Don't trouble yourself. It sounds like you've had a really, really rough time. So why don't you just sit down, relax? We'll have a drink, and you can calm down for a minute.
I am sitting.
You didn't stand up to greet us? What kind of man are you? I guess surely he's dead.
He's not giving us the tickets yet.
It's okay.
Don't
worry. She's had a stressed morning as well. It's
He
fine.
says, I understand. I've barely had any sleep. I've just had this splitting headache since yesterday. And he says it's been very hard to work. But I understand the 4 of you are, well, I mean, you and your friends, whoever they are, they're you're art fans, I believe. You're visiting London.
Yes. Quite. Very interested in art, all that.
I'm gonna let the 2 weirdos talk to each other.
He says, well, I don't know how much you're going to get out of it, but yes, these are here. Please, these are 4 tickets for the reopening of Paladin's Gallery tonight. He's very proud of it all, but I don't know. I'm kind of expecting the whole thing to be a bit of a disaster, if you ask me.
Didn't you paint the picture? So why would it be a disaster? Do you not even like your own work?
He says, no.
I feel like Fredie and I should have gone.
What makes you think it's going to be a disaster? Is it just like low numbers, or?
Oh well, I'm sure Paladin's name still holds enough credibility that the people will come out tonight. But who knows what they'll feel once they've seen the big reveal. I don't know if you know Paladin at all, but he's been trying to find. He's been trying to find.
Of course we know Paladin.
Oh, okay. Then you won't need me to say then.
No.
Well, you might as well say it anyway for my, my special friend here.
Excuse me.
He says,
No, I'm not particularly familiar with the studio museum itself. So if you could if you could tell me, that would be appreciated. Don't mind my
Just
associate.
He sort of whispers over to you. Yes, I know the type. He says anyway. Yes. So Paladin's well, the sort of modernist movement has been very difficult for many people in the London art scene, and he's been trying to find relevance, like many people, for years. And he's big on collaborations. He keeps trying to put two mediocre artists together in the hope of creating one decent piece of artwork. I'm not really sure it works that way. I don't really think he understands what he's trying to do, but I guess it's helped me. It's helped put my work in front of people, so I can't really complain. But
Pays the bills, doesn't it?
it seems to anyway. But tonight I did a painting for him, and I felt like it was okay at the time. But maybe I'm not so sure now. But it's supposed to be paired with a sculpture from LaRouche, and I have just very great doubts about LaRouche. His work's very pedestrian. He used to be great, but nothing he's done in a long time has really stood up. And I haven't really seen anything. I haven't seen anything. But I kept getting assurances from Paladin that it would all be fine on the night. But I'm worried that I'm going to show that it's not going to be fine. And LaRouche is so unreliable. And
Oh, stop him talking.
That's a bit fucking rude, isn't it?
Can you just grab the tickets and leave?
Like,
Well,
why do you hate LaRouche so much?
Yeah, like it's surprising you haven't been able to at least meet him. I'd assume.
Well, I mean, I've mostly been working pretty hard in my because I have a loft here in the centre of town, but he has a little shack outside of London that who has the time to travel out there and see what he's working on? I hope he's got something for tonight, or it's going to be an embarrassment for everybody.
Yeah, well, hopefully something will show up. I mean, the worst thing that would happen would be turning up and there'll be nothing there. Like,
Do you have good communication with Mr. Paladin?
I mean, he's been pretty busy with the reopening, and I did meet Paladin and LaRouche yesterday. I mean, LaRouche has been running around town showing everyone his new wife, which doesn't particularly inspire me that he's been hard at work. But
well, if Paladin seems fine about it, then what do you got to worry about?
I suppose nothing. I'm being paid either way. I just hope that the unveiling tonight isn't a disaster.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But thank you, gladly, for the tickets, and I'm sure we'll enjoy it very much.
Well, if you need me to do any introductions later, I'm happy to do so. And he's very distracted, very kind of like not. He's half paying attention to you and half just like he's obviously not in a good state.
Tickets.
Yeah, he's given the tickets to Isabelle.
I'm just like waving in the background.
Can I use my listen skill to try and like pick up on something in his like language that might like indicate more specifically what he's worried about, or like
that would be psychology, which I don't think you have.
I've got psychology.
I've got 10% psychology. Okay.
You're really good. No, I would be interested in doing that, like seeing if there's something he's like not quite saying to us.
Okay, well, do you want to give me a roll on psychology and see what you get?
Cool.
I'm gonna start.
Okay. Yeah, you psychoanalyzed him really
good.
You try and get you ask him a couple of questions just to see if you can get some sense of what's up with him, but he's just so distracted. His answers are barely coherent.
Oh.
We could beat it out of him.
Sit down, Fredie.
Okay, well, it would be our pleasure to see you tonight at the opening, and I really hope that it actually goes well for you and that you can actually not worry about it and have a good night. I'm going to lay on the charm for this one to try and make him, like, remember us when we go back and, like, yeah. Oh. He's too distracted.
He just says, "Oh, yes, of course. Good day, ladies. Good day."
So while they were doing that, can I be chatting to a barmaid and then Fredie and I make another bet and I try and remove her bra?
Well, okay. Sounds like you're both on.
We had to do something. That took fucking forever.
Okay, there's so you have to do a roll, but then so Louise, are you going to do the what is it?
Fredie, watch this.
Sleight of hand roll.
Bum.
I'm guessing you failed on that.
Well, do you know, it's only a bar.
So
just a bra.
So Fredie, again, you managed to grab Louise's arm as she's got it, trying to put it inside your top.
I wasn't taking Freddy's bra.
Oh, Fredie,
what?
I was taking a barmaid.
Oh, I thought you were taking Freddy's. I thought you said Freddy's bar.
No.
No, I said, Freddy, watch this.
All right. Okay, well, that's much worse then. So the barmaid like looks up at you like, what are you doing?
I just tested.
There was a spider on the top. We were getting rid of it.
Can you test outside, please?
I was removing a bug. Oh my goodness. Sorry for being helpful. You can keep your spider then.
Yeah.
The barwoman.
Yeah.
She's just staring daggers at you and pointing towards the door.
Alright, can I just throw one of my plastic spiders at her?
Why have you got plastic spiders?
Why have you got plastic?
Why not? Why
I
have
just
you not got
decided
any?
I had plastic.
It's 1920. Do we have plastic yet?
I don't think you have plastic.
Okay, it's wooden.
Your
Hand-carved.
painstakingly hand-carved spider.
For the life show, I'm gonna have a wooden
Dragon.
spider.
Can I just throw a spider at her? There were spiders everywhere. There's one. Woo! There you go.
Oh yeah, we got a bag of spiders. That was
Yeah,
the
the
first price
good
to
old
take. You had a
faithful
bag
bag of spiders.
If you'd had a bag of spiders in your inventory, I'd have allowed it. I'm afraid not.
I don't have one.
She
Maybe I
should
should
think
go and
ahead next
invest in
time.
this.
Should have brought the horse.
All right.
I'm not throwing a horse at her.
Should have stole the dog.
Alright, so are we leaving now?
The dog would have been a really
Yeah,
great
let's leave.
So you're outside the pub.
I didn't get the barmaid's bra. It's fine. I got Rose's bra.
It's about 1:30, so you've still got some hours before the party. The party's about, I think, 7. Did I say 7 in the evening?
Right. I'm gonna do spot hidden.
I need to go find some spiders.
I'm looking for someone to fleece for their nice jewelry.
Is that under your spot hidden?
Yeah, my spot hidden is 40.
Okay.
Spotted half a person.
I'm trying to see what you'd see. You don't see anybody. You don't see anybody well off enough in this area for nice jewelry. I'm trying to think if this would work or not. You do hear some faint voices on the wind, like whispers that don't make any sense. You don't understand where they're coming from.
What?
So I can't tell where they're coming from.
Yeah, you did like just these weird, faint, like very high pitched sort of whispers, just noises.
You should tell me that you've heard that because I have very good hearing.
I'm not going to tell you that I heard that.
Well, then I can't help you.
Oh well.
Right. So anyway, so yeah, the morning's over, and you can fast forward if you've got nothing you know what you want to look into or do, but
I really want some jewelry. Okay, well, as we are an established heist group, those are two things that we are going to do.
Yeah.
So I'll go to charm someone into giving me the blueprints.
Do you
I
need
think
to do that? when we
Isabelle
just
might
get
want to
them?
go. Isabelle
haven't
might want to
had
go
very
to
good
the
luck with
library
charm.
since she's good at library stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I mean you can split.
So
the,
who
you can split-
wants to come with who?
Yeah, you can split the crew to go one go to the public record office and one go to the library.
Oh yeah.
I'll go to the public record office. Someone can come with me.
I guess I'll go with Elsie because she gets into a lot of trouble.
All right, so let's take Fredie and Isabelle
Yeah.
first.
Just
Because,
beef.
let's take Fredie and Isabelle first because it would be, I could already do with a break from Elsie.
Oh,
Shots fired.
You can't have too much of a good thing.
Right, so you two head over to the library where you are greeted by the librarian is a man called Henry who's already familiar with both of you and he's very welcoming. He's like, "Oh, ladies, good to see you again. Hope you're not getting into too much trouble."
no, never.
So?
You know.
Steal his underwear.
There is some information that I'm after.
Go on, Freddy.
Got it.
Mate. There is some information that I'm after regarding a couple of different artists. They're quite prolific at the moment. There's a new launch going to be coming out. It's at the Paladin Gallery. I'm just wondering if you've got any information, like any sort of topicals, anything to do with that. Like
You
with
must
the
have
launch.
quite good connections at the people at
You
the
can't
library.
You can't speak at Elsie.
Well, I just fucking did. That actually wasn't my character. That was me just thinking like maybe your character would have connections to the library.
Yeah.
Out loud.
He says there's probably he says there might be some I mean he says Paladin's fairly well known, so there might be some books on his work, but his current students, you'd probably be best checking the newspaper archives to see if there's any critiques and stuff like that on them.
Okay, cool, thank you. Can I do that then?
Yeah, you'll need to do library use roll. Probably give me 2 rolls on that.
I'm really good at typing me. Oh, well, that's a nope.
Dice doesn't like us today.
Nope.
We've had a few crits.
At the beginning.
And that's a nope.
Okay.
Coming up blank.
You set fire to the library.
Oh my god, I can do that.
Are you spurging out?
No.
Hold on, let me just check something.
I can't
Okay,
read very
so-
well, I'm just saying
So
that.
the default library use skill is 20%. You might as well roll on it, Becca, twice just to see if you do any better, or just naturally.
What, at reading?
Yeah, but you get a natural 20% thing on this. So if you can roll under 20 on either of these 2 rolls, you'll probably do better than Heather's managed so far.
Okay, what was the formula for this?
Just /roll 1d100.
Oh wait, is it? There's no spaces there.
The only space after roll, yeah, but not for the rest of it.
/roll space 1d100.
Okay, and a second time.
Okay.
We're not a very good heist group.
Nope.
Oh, 28. That's
Close, but
Not
not it.
Close, but no.
Okay, so you guys spend the afternoon looking through newspaper archives and looking through the art books, and you unfortunately don't manage to locate anything relating to Paladin or the painters in question.
Oh well.
oh.
Good thing the
No
blueprint's
history, no stories, no.
What about that other artist? I don't remember his name.
My suggestion would be at this point would probably be if you're not going to get anything out of if you're not going to get anything on your own research, you might want to see if Henry will help you. Would be my suggestion. Because you're gonna, since basically your own skills have failed you, you're gonna have to maybe play a social side to try and get what you need now.
Oh.
Okay. Can I persuade him to try and help me?
Well, go on then. Roleplay it. Persuade him.
Just make him.
So basically, yeah, the way these kind of rolls generally work is you say you role play what you want to do, and then I make you do a roll to see if it works or not.
No. That's fair. That's fair. Really not getting anywhere with this. Are you sure you haven't got anything a bit more up to date? Like it's the premiere, I believe, is this evening, and I mean, surely there's going to be some documentation somewhere. Do you know anything about this? Like, do you know anything about any of the artists? Like, I've heard some really weird sort of stuff about the way that he pairs people up, and about like how the studio was in some problems and all that. Are you sure there's nothing that you know, or anything that you can do to help me? Like, I don't know.
Okay, well, give me a roll on it.
Cool. Ugh,
Oh.
bugger.
He says,
Can I roll 2?
Yeah, you can roll 2. I mean, have you got persuade or anything like that?
Probably not.
No, you got 10% on persuade.
You know what's weird? I don't even have a skill in persuade, and I'm freaking out right now because I feel like I should have had some skill in persuade.
Well, charm works in similar ways, though.
I guess so, yeah.
18. Is that helpful?
No, sadly not. You only have 10.
If your rolls were mine, it would be great.
Because they're good rolls, the skills you don't have.
Oh wait, I'm literally chatting shit. I do have a 40 in persuade. What the fuck am I on about?
He says I'd love to help you too. I've just been really busy, so I haven't even kept up with the newspapers. Normally I'd probably know a few bits and pieces, but I've just been so swamped in here at the moment. You know how libraries are.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's fair.
Go to libraries.
That's fair. Thank you for your help anyway, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this, get some information, you know.
All right.
Just keeping up to date.
Right, so let's cut back across town.
We've done
Let's
really
do
bad.
it, we get good rolls.
There you
To
go.
Elsie and Louise, who have arrived in the public record office. Now, before Elsie starts, I'm just going to give Louise a chance to say something, see what she thinks. What she
Thank
wants to
you
do.
so much.
What are you? What...
Not my fault. I'm the leader.
So, Louise, what do you want to do?
we want blueprints, don't we?
Yeah, there is a
The
man.
public-
There is a man sat behind the desk.
Can I just say, before
No,
we start,
shut
no,
up.
listen, you're gonna want to hear this. That I am happy. That I am happy for you to take the lead on this because you are the professional burglar. So I'm happy to follow your lead.
Thank you. So, just to clarify, I'm gonna have to persuade this guy to give me these blueprints, aren't I? Because this isn't public knowledge. Like, I couldn't get these normally, could I?
I don't know yet. I mean, you'd have to speak to him and find out.
Oh, I thought this would be something I would know.
You would okay. So what you guess you would know internally is that some stuff is on public record, some stuff is private, and I mean, in the case of this, you don't know yourself off the top of your head if the plans would be public record or not.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so an old man wearing glasses, balding, looks up at you and says, "Can I help you?"
I've already undone the top 2 buttons of my shirt just in preparation. Not like in front of him; they were just already undone, just in case.
He's like adjusting his like specs, like.
I hate you.
Yeah. I haven't said anything. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I know. Just you being there does these things. Okay. Just move my hands strategically to cover that. Hi. I was wondering if it was possible to get the blueprints for the Paladin Museum.
Says, of what interest are they to you?
I'm a major art interest. Like, I have like vast amount of like interest in this sort of area, and just the layout of the museum is very appealing, the way it's made, and I would just really like to study it a bit.
He says, well, normally these plans are private, but because they just had to submit planning permission for their recent refurbishment, they are a matter of public record. You just need to pay the service fee, and we could have them with you within a day or two.
Oh my god! But we're
I-
like so excited to like go to the gallery. We'd really like to know like pretty soon, like now, if that's possible.
So,
and...
see, basically, I'm doing a project, and I was hoping to get them tonight.
Tonight, he says, oh, well, that's not really how we operate. What?
What were you rolling for?
I was rolling for spot hidden,
Oh, and you failed.
and I failed.
You look around his office, and it just looks like lots of papers to you.
Oh wait,
Wait, what did he say when I said about the project?
Sorry, what was sorry? What?
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't replied to you yet, has he?
No.
He says, he said, well, that's not really, he said, that's not normally how we operate here. We usually, we have a lot of forms to fill out, a lot of paperwork to do before we hand over this kind of information. Like, it's, it's public record. I'm not trying to keep it from you, but, we do have procedures to follow. He says, if you pay the fee,
Super bummer.
He says, if you pay the fee, I'll write I'll process the stuff immediately. I'll go down to the records, bring them up. And then once all the paperwork's been signed, you can come and collect them from here tomorrow morning. But they will be. I mean, I'll prepare them tonight. They'll be ready. But you won't be able to pick them up until the morning. That's the best I can do.
And when these are all kept underground?
He says, well, no.
Just out of interest.
He says, oh, no, I understand that the matter of record keeping is fascinating to everybody.
Yeah. I haven't. Yeah.
He says, so yes, we have a whole record archive downstairs. He's being a bit distracted by Elsie.
Yeah, I know.
And
you told me not to say anything.
Everything is kept underground.
No. He says, so I'll go down. If you pay the fee now, I'll go down to the archives and I'll bring the plans back up, get them duplicated, and then they'll be up here in the office. And then tomorrow morning, once everything's been signed, you can come collect them.
I think that you're a smart guy and you can do way better than that. I think you can help us out. And now I'm going to roll for charm.
I was literally
Since trying to look for the records didn't work, I'm going to just pray for me. Wait, that's way under my charm. Yeah. My charm's 70.
He says, well, you seem like lovely ladies, so maybe I could waive the fee, but I mean the paperwork's very important.
Oh, but you could you said you could do that, so maybe if we can pay the fee, that's fine. We've got the money, we wanted to do this all above board, but we would love to be able to pick them up right now. Like, you're obviously super, super good at your job, and I have in no uncertain terms the complete confidence in you that you will be able to do this for us right now. And should I roll persuade as well?
Sure.
Oh, God.
Roll for everything.
I just want to, yeah.
Lay it on thick.
Yeah, I'm laying it on super thick. I'm kind of leaning on the counter and oh, yes, my persuade's 40.
He says, now this is not procedure, and I'm sure you'll understand the importance of procedure. But since you both seem such lovely ladies, what I might be able to do, I don't normally do this kind of thing. I'll go get the records, and I'll fill out the forms. But while I'm filling out the forms, if I'm not keeping an eye on the duplicates, I mean, who knows what would happen to them?
Is he got a name tag?
Yeah, it says John.
Hey John, I knew you were a naughty boy. You love it.
He's really flustered. Like, he's an old guy, so his cheeks have gone bright red.
I think you're going the wrong way with this.
He's
This is what I do.
He's really
I get
flustered.
shit done. Thank you so much, John.
So John goes downstairs and comes back up with a copy of the records, and he goes over and produces duplicates of them. I don't know how he does that.
Just dropped in.
Magic done.
And he puts them on the counter and then goes to start filling out the paperwork and then sort of keeps.
Do you have that money on you, Emmy?
No, but I'm gonna steal one of those duplicates because I'm assuming he's not giving. Is he giving us those duplicates?
Yes.
He's basically distracting himself.
He's distracted.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm going to take a handkerchief out of my pocket, put a kiss on it, and leave it where the duplicates were, because obviously I'm wearing lipstick. And then let's go. We just kind of let's go. After you've
So we're taking the duplicate and we're leaving.
Yes. Right. So now you've got these duplicates, and I'm sorry you guys are going to lose your drawings, but I'm just going to switch you over to a different sheet on this.
Well, at least some of us
Hold
were
on a sec.
successful.
I need to reveal little.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You.
On the Roll20 site, now you should be able to see the maps you stole.
Oh.
No.
It's a very square museum, isn't it?
What's wrong with that?
Boring.
It's pretty hidden.
New build, obviously.
Pretty boring.
Yeah, this is a new build as well.
Why?
This has been recently
You should
renovated.
go there.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't bloody read this.
Yeah, you can zoom in, by the way.
I've seen. Oh, there we go.
And then if you click
I have to get really close.
if you click the pointer, and then there's two options, and if you click pan view, you can drag around.
Oh, that's handy.
Oh my god, there is bedrooms in the museum.
What?
So, I should clarify,
Wow.
some of the information that you didn't necessarily get was the reason for the renovation, it'll be on these plans, is that he wanted to take the museum and convert it into a mixed gallery space, so he could have people people being residents there doing work on things.
Hmm.
So that's what the renovation was for.
Ooh.
So the
Well,
first,
I have
the first
no
floor,
idea which room this is going to be in.
So the first floor of the museum is a big studio space where say artists will be in residence working on things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
So, we don't even know which room it's going to be in.
Well, I assume the central hall, because it's the main part of the opening of the gallery.
But you've got a classics gallery, a modern gallery.
Yeah, but the main features of the current collection will be in the central hall.
Can we?
Can I interject?
But it's fine because we haven't got back to them yet.
Sorry.
So we'll just be you know what? When they get back, they'll be able to fill us in on all the information that they found about the gallery. So let's not worry about this now, Louise. We can figure it out later
Let's
when they
fast
get
forward
back.
to you guys meeting back up at the hideout, I guess.
Cool.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah,
High fives, guys. We found nothing.
Yeah. There's not a huge amount on anything at the library, so we didn't get any information. Did you guys manage to
can't
get
read.
anything?
Are you fucking serious?
Yep.
About reading.
Not me, but maybe Yeah.
In the future,
Mm-hmm.
we should probably split differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe, yeah.
Did you guys manage to find anything?
Yes.
Roll them out on the table.
Nice.
Cool.
What does it say?
It's a picture.
You can read a map.
Yeah, it's got words on it though.
It's just a picture of the gallery. So, like, that's where you walk in, and then that's where the pictures are, and then that's where the wine is.
There's wine.
Oh, yeah, in this room here.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Cool.
Why do you need
It doesn't show
wine?
windows on this,
Oh, I didn't think to put windows on. There's loads of windows.
but I
Okay.
don't know where they are.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't
They're
think
in
about
the room.
windows.
Yeah,
Well,
you didn't
they're
think about
very
giving
important.
burglars information about windows.
I don't know if there are
Turns
windows
out-
in Central Hall. Are there windows?
Turns out this place is a pure prison.
The back of the central hall has got two massive stained glass windows.
Are there any in the
glass
basement? Are there any like hatch windows that go into any of the basement rooms?
There's no there's a grate leading into the wine cellar, but it's quite
Like-
it's like I can see it'll be like
Like there? Oops.
We're drawing on it.
Can you draw where the windows are?
I would sorry yeah they're not there. Hold on a second.
I could draw where the windows are.
No, you can't.
Oh no.
Right. So on the wine cellar. Oh god.
How do you delete your own work?
I don't.
That window looks
Work.
Why are you like
like-
this?
I'm gonna clear drawings off this. Sorry.
Okay.
And I may have to do that a few times if you guys carry on.
Okay, I promise
Okay.
I'll be good.
But I've
Let's
just
see
I've
where
just
my windows
roll
are.
for
so
it.
on the wine cellar there is not a window, but there'll be a grating here, but it'll probably be quite secure. But there will be an air vent grate down on the side wall.
This is our fucking bread and butter, man. We'll be fine.
Okay,
Oh.
windows for the wine Centre Hall.
I'll draw some windows in general on these. So this has two big.
Although I can't really break through stained glass windows, so I'm going to need another window.
You can, but you might get noticed.
Yeah. I'd like a smaller window, maybe in one of the smaller rooms, maybe. Or on the
It'd
stairs.
be well cool to try getting through one of those stained glass windows. without-
No! I'm an appreciator of art, and I will not destroy a stained glass window.
You appreciate art so much, you're gonna take it for your own.
So,
Yeah, that's what I do, but I don't break stained glass windows.
so there's quite a few windows on this building.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I could probably come in through the music room then.
Do you want the ones for the first floor as well?
Yeah, might as well.
Have you got a climb skill?
Me?
She does.
Does the window in the music room? It's not above a piano, is
I
it?
do. I have a really good climb skill.
I knew you would. I was hoping you would, since you're like an actual burglar.
Sorry, Freddy, you'd have to go to the place to know more information about what's in through the windows.
Because it's going to be really unlucky if we go in through that music room window and land on a piano.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what tonight's about. You know, we'll gather in as much information as we can.
I'm a cat burglar. I'd go in that window and I would not land on a piano.
What if it was dark?
What if it was dark? What if it was dark?
I have a torch.
Well, what if there was a man in the room?
I
You saw
would
the
see
torch.
that because he would be in the room probably with lights on.
No, he wouldn't.
Don't be stupid.
Okay, come on, just okay.
Right.
It depends where the art pieces are actually going to be, because
Yeah.
I guess we'll find that out, right?
yeah, just the art pieces are meant to be a combination of two artists for modern art, so they could be in the modern gallery or they could be in the central hall. It wouldn't make sense to have them in the modern gallery, but if that's what Paladin is going for, you might have things sort of mixed up a little bit to make it more interesting. And having them in a room that's separate means that you have to go through the majority of the museum to actually get to the main exhibit. So whatever we're going through, I'd say the modern gallery is a room that we should avoid trying to break into.
Okay. And to say, to be fair, you guys will get a chance to scope this out at the opening.
Yeah, that's what
Hmm.
we're going to be going there for. I'm just making some notes.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess Lauren making notes is probably a cause for concern, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What if the pieces aren't in the same room? Or like, we assuming that these two pieces that we want are going to be in the same room?
Well, they're meant
Yep.
to be complementary pieces, and they're meant to go together to create one full art piece. So it wouldn't make sense to have them in separate rooms. But again, who knows?
He's an
It
artist,
might be
so
part of the
you know.
exhibit. Yeah.
Mm.
If only we'd been able
I
to
see
find out
tons of
something at the
ways in.
library.
This is fine. I have climb skill and sneak and everything. We'll be fine. Let's just go.
Hmm.
Okay, I think I've made enough notes.
What are your notes?
Are they all penises?
They're just the notes of stuff that I need to look for when we get there, so I don't forget what I'm looking
Is it things like jewelry?
You're going in the bedrooms because I don't want you disappearing upstairs into the bedrooms.
What if the bedrooms are locked?
for. I've got a lock picking
lockpick,
kit.
so
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm a pickpocket lock picker as well.
That's fine. As long as if you get up there, you're not stuck up there, then that's fine.
No, I'm good. I've got very high skills in locksmith, stealth, and disguise.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine.
Guys.
Disguise.
Right, shall we head? Do you guys want to head there for the opening then?
Yeah, I think I'm prepared enough.
That's fine.
I'll do everyone's makeup, so we'll look really nice.
Aw. Thank you.
Right, so evening rolls round, and you guys, I assume, dressed up nicely in your stolen dresses, and
We look absolutely lush.
so you guys head over to the Paladin Gallery. It's all brightly lit. You can see quite a few people milling inside. It's not like hugely busy. It's not like a movie premiere or something like that. But it's obviously a fairly popular social function. Outside,
as long as there's enough people.
sorry.
As long as there's enough people for us to sort of slip in and out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no one's. I mean, people are acknowledging your presence, but nobody's like massively. You're not standing out in a way that's causing too much attention.
I would just
Skin
like
is-
to tell Elsie that please do not try to pickpocket any ladies tonight.
Yeah, please don't nick anything apart from the art if you can help it.
You
And
guys
even then,
know-
leave that
You
for
guys
later.
know when I'm on the job, I'm on the job. Okay, I'm a professional.
Mm.
No, that's not true at all.
Yes, it is.
You're always on the job of trying to nick stuff, so I guess you're not wrong, but just try and reel it in a little bit if you can.
It's all right. We've got a mission. We're going to get the information we need, and then we're going to plan it. It's all part of the bigger plan, so don't worry about it. We got this.
Right.
So we all look up the part.
Yeah, you look the
We're
part.
blending in.
You arrive at the entrance. You're not inside the building yet. There's like a big fountain outside. It's like the place looks amazing. It's meant to look a bit older than it is. The renovations of trying to get like a sort of hybrid classic modern style. That's kind of it doesn't quite work, but you can see that obviously a lot of money has been spent trying to make this place look the business.
I'm feeling it.
And so yeah,
Alright.
and you sort of mill into the reception area, and you can see that most people are hanging out either in the reception area where they're picking up wine or snacks from like the buffet table, and then obviously a lot of people are in the central hall where the main exhibition, and there's like a stage set up.
Okay, I'm going to let you guys have a chance to do what you want to do first.
Really?
Agree.
Can I have a listen out and see if anyone's saying anything about any? How should I phrase this? Any sort of undesirables who might have turned up? If anyone's saying anything like particularly negative about people being there.
You can.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you want to? Is it a listen roll you wanted to do?
A listen roll, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool, that's under. I've got 60 in listen.
Okay, so you can hear a bunch of whispers about people are talking about Paladin, saying that generally people feel good about him, but they're all a bit like doubting that this big launch of his is actually going to be the success he wants it to be.
Okay.
You can hear people talking about him being thrown out of a previous sort of art collective for sort of weird superstitions. They is how they put it politely.
Okay.
And so there's basically a bunch of gossip about Paladin. That's their main focus. There's not a lot. A few people mention LaRouche and Pinot, but I mean, no one's that fussed about them really.
Okay, cool. I'm going to keep that to myself for now. I'm not going to pass that on.
Okay. Inside the central hall, you can see Pinot, by the way, who's just sort of he still looks a bit dishevelled, like you can see him clutching at his head a bunch, but he's trying to be polite and chat to various other patrons and stuff in the exhibition.
Okay.
Can we see the main piece of art in the central hall from where we are?
So from the reception area, you can kind of see there's a stage with you can see the stage at the back of the central hall, and there is definitely painting with a big drape over it, but you can't see much else from back here. You'd have to probably go into the central hall.
Okay, so that's probably the piece then. It's in the central hall.
Cool.
I mean, 1 + 1 is 2.
What?
So
Can I go into the left hallway?
Yeah, the left hallway, the door to the left hallway is closed. The door to the right one's open. Nobody's like stopping you or anything, but it is a closed door at the moment.
Can I just open it? Like shuffle on over and just sort of open it?
Yeah, you open it. Some, the staff look over at you, but nobody, tries to stop you or anything.
I'm just going to the ladies' room. Don't mind me.
I will, by the way, I did forget to add toilets to the ground floor of this building.
I know
Terrible
it's,
toilets.
but that's fine because I will go upstairs to the toilet.
The left hallway though leads to the stairway at the back has a locked door in front of it.
That's fine by me. So I'm gonna slide into that hallway. Can I try the music room door?
Yeah. The music room is unlocked. There is a man inside sat at the piano.
Told you.
Okay.
Did you go with her?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with her.
Yeah. Okay. So you two stand. Basically, did you Did you guys pick up wine on the way in, or did you just go straight into the?
Freddie always picks up wine.
Yeah, I brought snacks, everything.
Okay, so you guys look like essentially party guests, and there's a man sat at the piano.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks up at you and he says, you guys you ladies are here for the so-called grand opening, I take it.
Oh yeah. Are you not?
He says I've got no time for this frivolity. All of Paladin's insistence on pairing up artists doesn't make any sense. Each discipline is its own thing, its own greatness. We don't need two of us to do good work.
Oh, I see. So do you stay here in the studios upstairs then?
Well, that's the goal. That's why that's his idea anyway. I'm supposed to be working with Justine, but I just don't see the point. Like my music is very specific, very exacting. I don't need anyone to accompany it.
Huh. Can I sort of like nudge Fredie forward to take over the conversation?
This should be great.
Go do it, Fredie.
I wish that I'd gone with them.
He says to Fredie, and now you've been pushed a bit closer to him. He says, "Do you like music?"
Yeah.
Says, "What's your favorite composer?"
Oh.
Fredie really likes Beethoven.
Who? Beethoven. I know Beethoven.
Like the dog.
That dog is well good at playing the piano.
Fredie, please try.
He says, Beethoven, you're a fan of the classics. And he plays out a few Beethoven. He plays a little bit Beethoven medley, like it's all very jazzy,
My God, that was so good. Who was that?
Oh my God, you're like amazing at composing.
He looks really confused. He says
Fredie!
he says, hope you enjoy the party.
Damn it, Freddy!
Who's
Can I
Justin?
be like, oh, whoa, if
Oh,
you
Justine.
wouldn't mind.
He says,
Yeah.
sorry, no, wait. She said, who's Justine? Oh, Justine's a dancer that Paladin has paired me up with. He seems to feel like my music needs some kind of visual accompaniment. She's quite impossible. She's quite impossible. I don't understand her. She doesn't understand me. This is such a waste of time.
Would you mind playing me a piece of yours, and then I could,
Dance.
sort of see? Well, no, decide. Like, see if there's merit to then needing a visual.
You fancy yourself a critique?
I just want to hear it. I think you play really nicely.
He says, well, I don't like to leave my fans waiting, and he starts playing his own music.
Okay, so while he's
sorry,
playing...
let me say, it's all right.
while he's playing this music, if he's like any other, my God, Freddy,
He like super in. No, let her keep dancing.
He actually kind of scowling at Freddy dancing because like.
Yeah, I know. Freddy, stop fucking moving. I'm assuming that if he's playing his own piece and he's as big-headed as he is, then as he's playing, he's going to be like, really into it.
He's very focused on the music right now.
Yeah, so can I sort of start slithering over to the windowsill?
I can certainly distract him. Like,
No, you can't. You have
Yeah,
to.
let her dance. You can't stop her dancing.
The dancing is distracting him because he's obviously not the biggest fan of dance.
Okay, well, I'm going to slide over to the window.
Okay, just give me a stealth roll to see you can probably get away with it anyway. I just need to know how it's going.
Probably going to go.
Please don't get like 100.
Hopefully, considering.
please get a good roll.
Just knock over a bookshelf on the way.
Because I was gonna say you have a really high stealth skill, and you still rolled over it.
I know.
So yeah, you literally knock over a book on the way over, and he's not bothered. Like he's not kicking off. He's not like fuck. What the hell? He just looks over at you as you're walking past.
Sorry. So I'm gonna.
He whispers over to you. Can you get your friend to stop dancing?
Freddy, stop dancing! Freddy, for fuck's sake!
He says to Freddy, at least you seem more coordinated than Justine anyway.
Whoa, he really doesn't like Justine.
Burn.
I like practice, and no one's watching.
Okay, so is he still playing?
He's not playing. He's talking to Freddy at the minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna turn around and look at the window.
Unlock the
open?
window.
Is it locked? Like, what is it?
It's locked from. It is locked from the inside, but not by a key. There's just like a latch to keep it closed.
I'm just gonna unclip that latch.
Okay.
Not open it, just unclip the latch.
Okay, that's fine. They don't think it's not such a skillful thing. You're gonna need to roll for that. I think you can.
So
assume
I'll
you're
just
capable of
mark
opening a
it.
latch.
So this one is now. Oh God, that was bigger than I thought. This one
You
is
got an
now
extra
unlocked.
large.
Yeah. So yeah, you managed to unlatch that, and he just he says, and while you're doing that, he's talking to Freddy, and he's like, so do you fancy yourself a dancer? Do you want me to introduce you to Paladin? See if he can make you part of this horrible hybrid collective thing we've got going on here.
Well, yeah,
Really
why
selling
not?
it.
Like, I definitely think the world is ready for me.
He said, I didn't feel like I was, but maybe that's how you'll make an impression.
Yeah.
On that note, I need to take this one for their medication. We were actually looking for the bathroom, so it was
says-
really nice to meet
As you
you.
leave, he says, yes, for some reason in the refit they didn't put any toilets downstairs, so the bathroom's upstairs.
I see. Okay, well, thank you for that. Also, really lovely playing.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think you need any visual help. I'm just gonna take Freddy now and go to the bathroom.
Says, well,
Goodbye.
have a good evening, ladies.
And you, thank you.
That went amazingly, by the way.
Okay, so we have secured one way into the building.
All right, cool. Let's cut back to the team of Isabelle and Elsie.
Hello.
Thanks, Freddy.
Alright, well, I'm in my element right now.
I'm just.
And And I know, as someone who talks to a lot of people, that the best way to get a feeling for what a place and a time is like is not to speak to higher up people, it's to speak to the people who work there. So my MO right now is to look around, see what staff are there. So I'm looking for security guards, I'm looking for waiters, I'm looking for like gallery staff, anyone who can who looks like they're there to work, they're not there for pleasure.
Okay, well there's a handful of waiters walking around serving drinks and canapes. By the stage, there's a big guy in a suit, quite bulky, quite muscly, looking very dour. Doesn't look like he wants to be there, but he's just standing there anyway.
Okay. I'm going to talk to one of the waiters first. So while I pick up a glass, I'm going to make it a man, because this is going to be so much easier if it's a man. Hopefully. Not presuming his sexuality, but... yeah, so okay, well, I'll play it a different way. I'm gonna take up a drink, and I'm just kind of gonna, rest my arm gently on his arm and be like, oh, it's a bit stuffy in here tonight, isn't it?
Fucking hell. He's like, well, he says, it seems quite nice to me.
I totally agree. I was just actually thinking that, sometimes stuffiness is nice, and I'm really getting a vibe for this place. Do you work these events often?
He says, no, this is I've only just got into this. My cousin got me the job, but they said that this new renovation was going to bring a lot of events here, so it seemed like a good job.
Oh wow! I hope you're enjoying it so far.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you'll excuse me from saying, is people of means are not always the most polite.
That's so sad to hear. I'm so sorry if you feel like people have been talking down to you, because you guys do a great job. And, these events would not be what they were without you guys, if you don't mind me saying.
He says, well, it's very much appreciated. Is there anything I can do for you tonight?
No, I'm wondering if you could tell me where you would recommend the best place to go is.
Would you mean?
To view. I know we've got the main thing, but is there anything else worth looking at, or?
It says, well, there's the two side galleries, which are Paladin's collection that has been quite obviously it's quite well revered, and he's got the classics in the one room at the end of the hallway, and then the room to the right is the modern gallery. But to be honest, his best pieces he's put out here on the walls of the central hall tonight, because obviously he's trying to make a good impression. From what I've heard, what everyone's here to see is quite something to behold. But
you haven't seen it yourself yet?
No, it's the painting only arrived this afternoon, and well, there seemed to be a bit of fuss about the sculpture, so I'm not really the one to say about that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna fucking charm him into trying to see if he knows any more. I wanted to ask him where they were serving drinks and canapes from, where's the kind of the backstage area.
It says the kitchen's upstairs.
The kitchen's upstairs. Okay. So is that where I can get a cheeky nibble later once you guys have stopped serving canapes?
That would kind of be inappropriate. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I haven't even charmed him yet.
All right, okay.
Hold on a minute. Oh, this fucking, every time I close down Skype, it brings it up in the bottom right-hand corner, and it's it won't let me move it. Right.
Oh.
Okay, he's very charmed by you. He says that they do. He says their instructions are the food that's not eaten by the guests is to be left in the studio area for the resident artists later. So he says, and this is the studio is very rarely locked, so feel free to sneak up there later. I'm sure they wouldn't mind guests visiting the studio anyway. I'm pretty sure Paladin's very proud of it.
Yeah, well, it all seems amazing tonight, and I'd really look forward to seeing what they have in store for next time, maybe as well.
He says no. He agrees. He says it's all very, very wonderful.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take my drink, and I'm just kind of gonna kiss him, and then just leave.
So while that's going on, Isabelle, what have you been up to?
I've been drinking lots of wine.
So where are you hanging out?
I'm standing by the table with the wine on it.
So okay,
and I'm just looking at people
So you're just standing awkwardly in the reception area.
Yep.
So
Yep,
while
exactly
you're
what I'm doing.
while you're standing awkwardly in the reception area, you see you see Pino come through to the reception area to meet an older gentleman with a mustache, and the two shaking hands, very friendly with each other, and then you're not anyway, the conversation starts to get a little more serious. You can see that they're not happy about something.
Well, considering I've had a little bit of a tipple, and I've already spoke to him earlier, I'm gonna go over and be like, "Oh, is everything all right? Is everything going okay? You seem a little bit stressed. Is everything all right?"
Why did you leave her alone?
I'm on business.
He looks a little. He looks a little confused for a moment, and then dawns on him who you are, because obviously you look. He says, "Oh, you look so different from earlier. You look amazing tonight." And
I've been done up a bit.
He says, Paladin, this is oh, so I guess I didn't actually catch your name earlier.
I'm Isabelle.
He says, Isabelle. Well, I mean, Paladin's like with he's kind of like, he's friendly, but he's kind of a little like he's a bit ephemeral, like he's kind of half with you and half not with you kind of thing, and he's like, oh, he's a little aloof. He's but not in a rude way, more in a kind of like his brain's only half there kind of way. He's like thinking about other things. But he's like, oh, pleasure to meet you. Yes, I heard we had some art fans from out of town visiting. I hope you enjoy the exhibition. I think it's going to be great. I think just he says, he looks over trying to close out their conversation. He's like, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Your work is fantastic, and the audience is going to be really impressed to see it. So don't stress yourself too much.
No, of course. I mean, I'm part of that audience, and I can tell you that I'm very excited to see what there is. And I'm really looking forward to the exhibit, and thank you so much for having me here. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. And again, thank you. So if you need anything, I'm just...
Why would he need anything from you?
Paladin's kind of like amused by you. He's kind of like not giggling, but he's kind of like like chuckling a little bit to himself, and is like, he says, well, I'm glad to see people are having fun tonight. Do enjoy the wine.
Thank you. I will.
I'll take the wine off her, please.
Can I stand looking seductive in the middle of the room?
Like, how?
Like, I want to pretend that I'm looking at art, but actually I'm like listening around, but also I'm trying to look amazing so that someone will come over and... you're laughing as though that's something stupid, but that's literally my job.
Okay, hold on, let's just see what happens. I don't need a roll for this. Let me see.
Okay. I'm looking amazing. I've got my hair done.
I think you need a roll.
No, I don't need a roll for this. So what you're standing in the middle of the room, and a sort of middle-aged man comes over to you, kind of serious looking, but he's like, good evening. Are you here for the exhibition?
Oh, good evening. Yes, I am. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Paladin's pulled together this time.
He says, my name's Max. I'm a resident here. I'm a writer.
Oh, Max, lovely to meet you. My name is...
Your name is...
Is my name Cockrocket? Is that what Jake shouted?
What did Kieran...
Don't tell him that.
Was it Kieran or was it Jake?
Was it...
Jake's not here.
I thought it was Kieran.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a Kieran. I can't.
That'd be amazing.
Someone shouted. I couldn't hear who it was.
What?
We heard a voice. I thought it was Kieran's voice.
Oh yeah, Kieran's playing the game. It might have been him. I didn't even hear it. I'm just that good at turning him
wow.
up.
Yeah, I heard him shout something.
Cockrocket, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So you introduce yourself as Cockrocket to Max?
I do not introduce myself as Cockrocket.
I am Cockrocket.
My name is L Taylor.
He says, well, pleasure to meet you, Miss Taylor. I'm an author. I write frightful tales. I imagine they're not the kind of thing you'd be interested in.
Oh no, I love frightful tales. I love a bit of Shelley. Love all that scary stuff.
Oh, he says, that's great to hear. I hope eventually one of my works gets published and you'll have a chance to see the things I've been doing. I mean, I've had many of my short stories have been in periodicals, but I'm working on my novel at the moment, and hopefully it's something that will delight and scare you.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Max.
Max. Okay. So since you're a resident here, Max, does that mean you're working together with another artist?
I suppose so, but it's not. It's of no consequence really. Paladin's tried to pair me with Amy, a young poet. She's frightfully naive, and her work is very. I don't know how to say it. Sophomoric. I could see she has potential to be great, but right now it's just her. She's a frustration, if anything.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's not been hampering your, creative juices much.
I just avoid her generally. She lets me get on with my work. I let her get on with hers. And what Paladin thinks, well, Paladin can think for himself.
It certainly seems that he does. Yeah. I guess I'm not really sure what to do. So, how are you feeling? I'll put rest my hand gently on his shoulder as I'm speaking to him and kind of gesture to the room. So, how are you feeling about all this tonight?
It says, well, I'm glad it's bringing attention to the gallery and the studios, and hopefully the press will remember not necessarily whatever happens tonight, but will remember that the contribution the collective as a whole is making to London's culture.
Yes, absolutely. I think, whatever comes from tonight, this gathering of creatives will inspire a new generation of London artists to do something else awesome.
He sort of smiles, and you can tell you're a bit out of your depth, but he's enjoying chatting with you anyway, because he's walked away from what looked like quite a serious group of art critics. While you're having this conversation, where are sorry, I'm just checking names. Louise and Fredie.
Well, we went upstairs.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. And we found the bathroom.
All right, so you guys are just powdering your noses then.
Oh no, hang on. Where do those stairs lead?
They go downstairs,
isn't it?
Oh, are these downstairs?
And they're locked. They're the ones on the left corridor are locked.
All right, I'm gonna pick that door.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I want to know what's in that vault.
Okay. Do you want to give me a roll to pick that lock?
Wait, so are we on the top floor?
No, we are trying to get into the basement.
On the ground
on the
floor.
top, on the left-hand drawing, on the top left-hand staircase that goes down to the basement.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
You're gonna try and break into a fucking vault?
Well, I want to see if there's any sign of what was in it, but I'm not going to get to the door with a 96.
It's where the wine cellar is.
At a 96, you snap one of your lock-picking tools in the lock. So you've got more, but you've just broken one of your picks.
Oh
For
man.
God's sake. What's the point in having these skills if they never work?
Again, good.
Just roll
Good.
better. Okay. Right.
Is there anyone down here?
There's no one's in the hallway at the moment. I mean, it's not a very heavily trafficked room as part of the things tonight.
And we've gone through the storage room to have a look at the vault.
No.
You couldn't get down the
staircase
stairs.
is locked, isn't
We're
it?
still outside the music room.
Got it.
I was trying to open the door to get down the stairs. But it didn't work. Because I'm curious, when I saw the map, that it said there was this massive vault. And I was quite curious what was in there.
Can't force the door, can we? No, that would be dumb. Because then it would be forced and then everyone would know.
We've lost Lauren. Should we wait till she gets back?
Yeah. Oh.
Can I try lock picking it again?
Not at the moment. You only get to sit and retry. The thing is, you can, right? Okay, you can. But the problem with persisting is that if you persist on a roll you've already failed, you can get a more disastrous failure.
The door explodes.
I mean, in this example, you would make enough noise to draw security or something.
Okay.
What? From a lockpick?
Yeah, the point is you failed a lockpick, and then if you're standing there persisting, then the consequences escalate the more you persist on something.
What happens when you fuck up?
We die.
Anyway, so let's see. So my understanding is you guys are in the hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I need to see character names. Elsie is in the middle of the central hall talking to Max, and Isabelle is standing in the reception area, awkwardly in the corner getting drunk.
Shit-faced.
No. I'm gonna go on the move. I'm moving away from where the table is, and I'm gonna go into the hallway towards the modern gallery.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you're moving, though, this is the thing. I just wanted to find out where everyone was. That was why asking. So while you're walking across the floor, two new people come in the reception area, which is again about a middle-aged man, and he's there with a young woman in like this beautiful flowing white dress. Her skin is kind of darkish, but you can't quite place what country it's from. She's got a real look about her that's something familiar and unfamiliar. It's like you can't quite place her face. Basically, something's about you're drawn to her face, but you can't understand why. You see her first, and then the pair of them move into the central hall and they're kind of like immediately like set upon, like subtly, but like both Paladin and Pinot sort of make a beeline for this couple and like rush over to them very quickly. And Elsie,
Do I notice this happening?
yeah, Elsie can see this, and Elsie can see what is quite a heated discussion happening in the middle and in the side of the central hall. I mean, enough that people are, everyone's trying to be polite about it, but people are seeing that something is kicking off.
Noticing.
Yeah.
Can I
Cool.
really kind of listen in on this?
I'd like to do that as well, seeing as I have actually noticed.
You both want to give me listen rolls? I don't know if you either have the skill.
I do.
Yep, me too. Boom. Got 60 listen.
Lauren was muted there.
Sorry, no, I don't do so well on that.
All right, so you try. So Elsie tries to listen in, but Max is now boring you a little bit, and he's just like talking over it. And he's just talking about one of his story ideas, and you're trying to be polite, and you're trying to listen in. Anyway, but Isabelle can hear quite clearly that they're having an argument about this sculpture, which hold on a sec, let me just make sure I get all the names right here as I'm saying this. So Paladin's trying to be a diplomat here, but Pinot and LaRouche are obviously kind of pissed off with each other. Pinot's like, I knew you'd let me down. This is like exactly your MO. Like, it's all been promises for weeks. Even when I saw you 2 days ago, you said it was all going to be fine and that everyone was going to be impressed. And LaRouche insists that everyone will be impressed and that he's got something spectacular to show them, but it's nothing to do with his painting, and that's just a huge distraction to everybody, really. And he says, Pinot's trying to argue with him because he's frustrated, but he's obviously not that fussed about his own painting either. So he's kind of like on a back foot about it.
Since I can't hear any of this, just while the discussion's happening, can I like excuse myself from Max and start walking towards this? Like, I guess everyone is kind of moving towards it.
You can make your way towards it while this is carrying on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so while you're making your way over, Paladin says, Pinot, you're too hard on yourself. The painting's amazing. I'm not, I've been a big proponent of getting you two together, but I think the painting's going to stand alone tonight, and and people are going to be amazed. And LaRouche says, I'm sure it'll be fine, but he says, but that's only the start of things. Later, I have something really incredible to show all of you, but not here now. I'd rather share it with you guys in private, if you know what I mean. And he hands a book to Paladin. LaRouche hands a book to Paladin. He says this was very illuminating. I thank you greatly for this, and we have much to discuss. And with that, they kind of like they all sort of calm down, and Paladin heads back towards the stage because he wants to get on with the things. Pinot just heads back to the wine table, and LaRouche, and as I say, he's there with a woman. They start mingling and talking to people.
Can I make my way over to them?
To what? To
LaRouche and his woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless anyone else has anything to do, I'll...
Oh yeah.
Is there any way that I can see what it says on the book? What would I roll for that?
You could follow Paladin.
Okay.
Because
I'll try and do that as subtly as possible.
so you sort of stumble a little bit as you follow, and although he heads towards the stage, he says a quick word he says a few words to the the big hench guy by the stage, hands him the book, and then that guy sort of leaves out through the right-hand door.
Right-hand door.
Yeah.
So
Fuck,
to
I really
the
wanted to talk to that guy before. Fuck.
Yeah, what is this? Like, we haven't asked about this sculpture. I assumed it was going to be a painting, but if it's a sculpture and it's made out of like
the
fucking...
sculpture.
What if it's made?
I don't know what sculpture's made out of. It's heavy. How are we going to
Stone.
get that out?
We'll find a way.
Well, you just got told the sculpture's not there, so.
That's one of the things that I've written down. How heavy is the sculpture, and how big are the paint? How big's the painting? Because the painting could be like a giant canvas or something.
You can see the painting, by the way.
Mm.
I mean, you can't see what's on it, but you can see.
It's like the
Yeah.
Scale.
and how big is it?
big?
Well, I don't want to get into it unless we're actually jumping back in. Are we ready to jump back in?
Oh, okay.
I was in the middle of my moment.
One thing I wanted to clarify before, assuming we're back in,
Yep.
because I need to remember the names better. Because Fredie and Louise were in that corridor, you guys will have seen Pino run from the central hall into the study at the bottom of that corridor.
Oh.
Are we talking like a gay run, a flailing run, a sobbing run?
What's a gay run?
He was
Wow.
mildly panicked, holding his head quite tightly, like his headache's
pretty
obviously not
gay.
going
Oh my
away.
god, his head's going to blow up.
I hope so.
So he ran into the study, and he didn't see you guys because he wasn't really paying attention to anything other than getting out of the party basically.
Should we follow him?
So just to clarify where everyone is, Pino
Well,
ran into
we
the.
we didn't speak to him, so you won't know who we are.
Yeah, I
That
guess
might
not.
work for our advantage.
But Pino ran into the study. The guard, the hench guard guy, left to go upstairs. The paladin's hanging around by the stage, and I forget his name.
LaRoche.
LaRoche and his and the lady friend of his are sort of mingling.
I'm gonna go and mingle with them.
Yeah, it's like the only chance I ever get like.
Okay, so you go over to LaRoche, and he's just sort of going around introducing. He goes, "Oh, this is," and he's introducing it to a bunch of people. So the fact that you're there means you're kind of included in that because he's just doing like social politeness. And he's like, "Yes, this is my my new wife." But I don't know how to pronounce this, but I mean, Bethesda, I think. Anyway, so he says, "This is my new wife, Bethesda. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but it's a whirlwind romance. Me and her. Couldn't imagine I'd ever meet anyone like her. And she's just so happy to be here. And she just.
Does she look happy to be here?
She's very smiley and she's very quiet. She's trying not to speak. The assumption you would make is that she's probably English probably isn't her first language. Because she's got tan skin. This is like London in the 20s. She's sort of politely nodding along to things and just letting LaRoche kind of lead the conversation.
Okay. Can I catch his eye then while he's looking around? Like when he's, I guess, addressing people. Like, is there a way for me to kind of like catch his attention?
Yeah. If you address him, he'll answer you. Like he's being like, because most people are just being like, "Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you." Most people are just giving him social politeness. No one's like
Punched him yet.
And also everyone's just witnessed that a scene's been going on, so no one's trying to escalate that. Everyone wants to just be chill,
Well, hearing of these whirlwind romances is just so beautiful. I'm just so happy. You clearly are so in love, and it's just so wonderful to see a true romance unfold in front of us here tonight.
He looks a bit flustered by that. He's like, yes, absolutely. She's wonderful, and she looks at him and smiles.
And you two look so happy together, and I'm gonna address her.
And she says, yes, very much so. Like, she speaks actually her English is quite fine, actually.
Okay. I am gonna charm them both.
Oh God.
So I'm going to introduce myself. So it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Elle Taylor. I write for the Newcastle Art Chronicle. I'm here just, seeing what Paladin's grand visions are for art, art in London for the next few years, and see how much we can take back to, the old cold north. I guess I'll roll.
Sorry, which one was that on?
What do you mean? Which?
Oh, are you doing individually, or are you doing just a group?
I guess I'm kind of like a group thing,
Okay.
like particularly making eye contact with him and his wife, because I want her to feel like comfortable with me
Okay.
as well. Not like I'm not hitting on him. I'm trying to be like charming and
Okay.
yeah. Wait for me. Oh well, that's well into.
Can you give me a look roll and tell me if you fail or succeed?
Look. Sorry, it's really frustrating because this fucking black box literally just goes exactly in front of where it is. I don't have look.
It's on it's your main
Wait.
stats. Your main stats.
Oh, look. I thought you meant like look.
No, look.
Your eyeball roll.
I have 100 in look. I'll have you know.
Bullshit. So you failed. You failed your look roll, did you?
Yeah.
Spectacularly.
Okay. So Bethesda puts a hand on your shoulder. Her hand is cold, but
Mhm.
as she touches you, you kind of feel a warmth coming from like spreading through your arm basically, and she whispers into your ear that maybe the greatest arts are not necessarily paintings, but acts that people speak about for centuries to come.
Did she say anything else,
Wait.
or is that what she does?
Yeah, she says that, and then she sort of steps back.
It's
Okay.
creepy.
I kind of like lean into it and be like, I totally agree. The stories that are told generation after generation are the things that stay in your heart. Not necessarily something you can go and look at and then forget.
I should clarify as well. You do genuinely think that, even though you're trying to bullshit her. You actually,
right.
as you say that to her, your mind is now racing with thoughts of incredible heists you want to pull off. Like you want to pull off something so beautiful and amazing that like people will talk about this heist for years to come.
Like, what the fuck can we steal? Can we like steal something like so big and famous, like the crown jewels? We could totally steal the crown jewels.
So that's what you're thinking. I take it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
You're right now. Your mind is racing with the ideas. With like you've got like a level of inspiration in terms of your job that you haven't had for a long time.
This is the last person I want this happening to.
I'm amazing.
Literally the last person.
But I'm like generally trying to kind of like charm the whole group and just like get everyone like talking and like trying to like I guess I address him as well, and it's just like so it seems like you've been inspired by love lately. I hope that's like followed through into your work. Is that something that you've
He says to you, inspiration is my work.
that's so powerful.
And he sort of smiles at saying that to you and sort of chuckles to himself. And he says, but he says, you'll know, everyone will see soon. Everyone will see soon enough.
Very good.
Not if I leave first.
I guess I'm just kind of gonna stay there and like mingle, trying to get people to like me. And
what's everyone else doing? Should we start with Isabelle? What are you up to?
I'm looking at that book that's just went out there. And would I know what that is just by seeing the cover? Do you think I would know anything about it? Like, is the cover distinct
Can you give me an edu roll? On your main stats at the top.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Oh, bugger.
The book moves too fast for you to quite get a sense of what it was.
Awful. At least tell me what colour it is. Do I know what colour it is?
On an A5, you don't even see the book.
Mate, Hey, my Edu's 80. It was only just out.
You can see that it was the book's brown. You can see that it's a brown book.
Just with that in mind, I'm not going to follow him. Because despite my inebriated state, I know that that would be a very silly thing to do by myself with this big, burly henchman holding a book. So I'm going to...
You're going to wait till he comes back and start hitting on him.
I'm going to go over to where LaRouche is and just sort of stand about awkwardly.
Swaying.
Figure I might as well be in a good position for when they unveil the artwork.
So yeah, well, you stand by LaRouche. Bethesda reaches over to touch you, and then immediately recoils.
Oh.
And do I notice this?
Yeah, you do.
Obviously, I'm stood right there. I'm like...
I told you to freaking wash before you came out. Why are you so filthy?
I'm just been on the drink, man.
I'm just moving back with it. Excuse me.
Oh god, you're gonna cause a scene.
She just says,
Mate.
she says, "Oh, I'm very sorry. We don't have alcohol in my culture."
Okay, that's right. That's fair.
Obviously,
I'm sorry if
I'm gonna use that as a lead-in. So do you mind me asking where you were brought up?
She looks a bit put out by the question, and she says, "I'm from the East."
Okay. Like, my apologies. I don't mean to be prying. Would persuade or fast talk be better at this? I'm gonna go for fast talk. I'm gonna try and basically because I don't want her to agree with me. I want to persuade her to tell me.
Yes, neither.
I'm gonna try.
It's I mean, I guess it could be persuaded if you're trying to get her to answer something. I'm just saying that it's not. I mean, like you're trying to get the truth out of her. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you could try any of them, but I'm not sure how they'd work in with her mannerisms.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to get her to give me more information while also sounding like polite that I don't need more information, and I assume that that's kind of a skill my character would have.
I will say your character's getting a bit distracted hanging around her because every time you look at her, all you can think about is amazing heists.
Just thinking like Ocean's 11.
Yeah, basically, you're trying to keep. Obviously, you're trying to focus on the mission at hand, but you every time you look at her, all you can imagine is all these amazing kind of what if we stole the pyramids or something like that. you're in your head, you're trying to put the logistics together of all these ridiculous.
Some proper David Copperfield shit.
Yeah. Like stuff that isn't going to work, but you're trying to piece together what would be something so audacious that everyone would recognize you for it.
Okay. I'm gonna try and specifically turn my charms on her then, and try and get her to really like me and open up to me.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm so sorry. I didn't, I don't mean to pry. It's just, you seem like such an interesting person. I'm really interested in knowing what what makes you tick, and not makes you tick. I wouldn't say that. It's a bit of a weird thing to say. I'm really interested in hearing more about you and your passions and everything that you're interested in, because you seem like you have a lot of worthwhile things to say, and being here tonight and surrounded by so much creativity and excitement, it makes me passionate about things as well. And
okay, just give me the roll.
I did. I got an 8.
Oh, so you did it.
Boom.
Yeah, I was trying to roleplay it while I rolled. I just want her to really like me.
She leans over and whispers into your ear again. We are already one and the same. I'm already part of you. You know everything you need to know.
Ugh.
All right.
Do I hear that?
I don't say that,
Talk to
obviously.
her again.
Oh, very, very personal. Not the answer I was expecting, but
Let's cut to see what Louise and Fredie have been up to while all this nonsense has been playing out.
I don't know. I couldn't open a door. I'm having a midlife crisis.
how old are you?
It's my thing, and I couldn't even open the door.
Enough time has passed. You could probably do it. You could probably give it another go if you want.
If I fail this one, I might kill myself on the spot.
Well,
No, you won't.
I've essentially allowed you some cooldown, so you can do another attempt safely now because time has passed.
Kill me, Freddy. Kill me,
No.
Freddy. Find something sharp in the corridor and just do me in.
Nope. You were one of the few people on this planet that I won't kill.
Can you just kill me, please?
No. I'm going to drag you along with me. We're going to go and
Why
see
can
what
I not
Alex is
open the
doing.
door?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about the door. It's fine. It just wasn't meant to be, clearly. What about Paladin? Because we saw him like flailing. Like, oh no, it wasn't flailing. It was
That was Pino.
What was it, Pino?
Yeah,
Pino Grigio. He was running around.
Or Noir.
Just the door.
Oh. Come on, we're gonna go follow him.
So do
You're just gonna have to drag me because I'm.
Yeah,
just
I
not
will. I'll drag
responding.
you literally by an ankle. So I'm
I'm having a bad day.
dragging.
I can see a woman's bra while she's wearing it, but I can't open a fucking door.
So she's got her arms crossed and is going on about this door, and I'm like stomping.
All right.
And we're wearing like really elegant dresses while doing this.
Whatever
so,
you
like,
do,
well,
Freddy, do not tell Elsie, whatever her fucking name is.
No, that's fine. I won't.
Okay,
But you
so
need to pull your dress down because it's like hitching up around your waist.
Oh
now.
right.
You're a fucking disgrace.
Shut up.
so you drag her down the corridor to the study where Pino ran in. This isn't going to go down well for Louise, but the door to the study's locked.
Oh, what?
Right, well,
Lock
fuck
the
this.
door?
I'm not touching that door.
Well, I can't do it.
Why apparently
Well,
can't
you
do
could
it either.
bear in mind, by the way, you are a strength character, so you could force a door if you really wanted to.
I don't
Okay.
think that's a good idea.
I'm not sure that we should we.
You're not going to
Wanna have
force
another
the door
door?
where there's a man inside. He's going to know you've broken it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I could just say I fell into it.
No! What woman falls into a door and breaks it down?
Just pretend it wasn't locked. Pretend you just opened it normally.
We could just say that we thought it was the toilet. And I really needed to go.
I think no.
Okay.
He's
Why don't
in
you
there.
stop picking that again? I'll hold your hand.
It's a different
To do
door.
what?
It'll just give you moral support.
I'm not picking a door that there's someone in there.
You can
What if
hear-
I actually
you can-
managed to open it this time?
While you guys are discussing what to do about the door, you can hear voices behind the door.
Oh, maybe we should just listen. I have a listening skill.
Oh, do you? Because I definitely don't.
I do, but I'm probably gonna mess the roll, so I might as well not have one. There you go. Can't hear anything. I've gone deaf as well.
Oh man, can't I roll for Emmy?
Can someone just kill me?
No.
Well, you
My
have
character's given up.
Becca. You've got a native 20%. So if you roll less than 20,
Do it.
Wait, Perrin, I want to hear how I can't physically hear through a door.
Right, I'm going to just roll.
Hold on,
and
let
see what
me
happens.
see what the roll comes out first.
Okay, right. Why can't I remember a simple formula? I think that's it. Fuck.
Okay, so you can both hear noises beyond the door, but the problem is without your sharpened senses operating at peak efficiency, you can't make out the detail of what the noise is.
Okay.
and he's too upset from the lock picking to be able to listen properly.
Yeah, you're still
you
a
definitely
bit afraid.
should force the door open.
Okay, well, there's not. Could be like entice them out.
Well, you could try shout. You could try shouting through the door. You haven't like tried that or anything. So.
I'm really good at things.
Oi!
I mean, you haven't even tried knocking on it yet. To be fair.
Oh, true.
Ow.
Let's knock on.
I knocked.
You hear Pino screaming from the other side. Not now! Not now!
Okay.
Just knock again.
And he doesn't.
Freddy, no.
He doesn't reply this time. You can just hear him kind of like making like pained noises.
Room service.
Are you having a stroke?
Knock again.
He says, "Leave me alone."
But I have concern.
I'm a first aider!
I wasn't gonna pull that card because of what happened last time.
Yeah, you did real good last time when you first aided someone.
Guess who's got skills in first aid again? And you know what? Considering how everything else has been going for me today, it's going to go really well when I try and first aid someone.
Okay, I'll come back to you guys in a minute. While
Oh,
while you guys are knocking on this door, in the main central hall, Paladin finally steps up to the stage and says, "You know, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me here tonight. You know, it's."
That bloody time.
I don't do that.
I like.
But it would be funny.
I like to imagine Isabelle's like drunkenly screaming, "Art!"
Let me see some art.
Show me your art!
It's out.
Send art!
It's more a sort of glorified.
Can I just clarify, just in case like anything else happens, is I've been nursing the same drink all night. I don't drink on the job.
Okay.
I don't drink.
That's where we differ.
Freddy's still got my drink.
So,
Two drinks. I heard no drinks.
Paladin's like, so obviously it's been a long while coming, this refurbishment. We've taken what was quite a humble gallery and turned it into a combined studio collective where you're soon going to see some of the most amazing work that London has never seen anything like it before. And I'm glad to present the first piece of this, and this is just the first in what I hope to be the beginning of many great works to come from this studio. Pino, who is with us somewhere here today, I can't see him at the moment, but I'm sure he's around. Has produced this absolutely wonderful painting that I want to share with all of you, and he pulls down the fabric, and you see this huge elaborate painting of a minotaur. And it's like menacing and like sort of hunching forward, and there's like a silhouette of like a woman in front of it, but that bit hasn't been painted. It's like just like a shadow.
Does it look like it's like that on purpose?
Yeah, it looks like he's intentionally left a shadow. You could probably make the deduction from the information you already have that the shadow was meant to be where the sculpture was meant to stand in front of it.
Yeah.
But obviously it
Oh
stands.
shit.
But it stands alone at the moment because Paladin doesn't draw attention to the fact that half of this work is missing. But the general mood in the room is quite positive. Like, I mean, people are impressed. They're
People
not.
are drunk.
Yeah, I guess so. But the critics are kind of nodding and smiling. Like no one's like kicking off like, oh my fucking god, that's the best thing I've ever seen. But at the same time, in general, there seems to be quite like, oh, that's really nice. That's quite good work. Yeah.
Pretty good.
A lot of polite golf claps everywhere. Like, oh, very nice.
Very good.
And he does try to call Pino to the stage, but I guess he's a little disappointed to see that he's not in the room at the moment. He says, well, these artist types, he'll be around. I'll find him and make sure you all get a chance to speak to him about the work. Right. So that's the revelation. That's his big moment. That's and you could see LaRouche sort of smiling like I don't know, like smugly about the whole thing, even though obviously he's kind of let them down, but he just doesn't really give a shit. He's kind of feels like he obviously looks like he's above all of that.
What an ass. This is going to be problematic because in my head I'm thinking that we've been hired to steal two pieces, so.
Yeah, one of them's not here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
One of them doesn't actually exist. By the sounds of it.
I guess I feel like I've got as much as I can out of those two. Maybe I haven't really tried talking to him yet, but. Okay,
well, if you got nothing more pressing that's going on, I will cut straight back to Fredie and Louise, because now you will hear like proper like screaming and banging on the other side of the door now.
Right, let's just break it down.
Fredie, break the door down.
Okay, we're gonna break the door down.
You mean roll against your strength value?
Okay, cool.
This is where you get like a 2, and you slam the door into him and kill him.
Oh my god, that was...
Mate.
Was that your roll just now?
No. Oh no, this one is. Oh my god, it's 99.
Oh my god, are you gonna knock yourself out?
That's a critical failure.
Yes. This game hates us.
Yeah, what's going on? Maybe you are gonna open the door and then kill him with it.
So you
I am now unconscious on the floor.
So you throw yourself at the door, not really expecting the power of your own strength. The door goes through and you go with it, And so you
Oh,
go
God.
sliding across the floor on the other side.
Oh.
And can you give me a 1d3 damage roll?
Oh no.
You've
This is the only one
children.
that's gonna be maxed out, guys. This is the only one that will be like
Oh my god, you're gonna break your fucking arm.
the
I'm
most
gonna break him.
ever. Okay, well at least it's
No,
Do
just,
it.
just do a d3, 1d3.
Oh,
So change 100 to 3.
Oh. Oh, okay, sorry.
Is there such a thing as a D3?
There is actually, yeah.
Roll. Oh no, shit.
It's got like
Sorry.
it's got threes. It's got like it's 6-sided, I think, but it's like or
Oh wait, so it's roll 1d3.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know anything.
All right, so you take 1 point of damage as you bang your head on the like the door
Right.
goes sliding and you bang into the wall basically.
Beautiful.
So just take 1 off your hit points.
I like to make an entrance.
I don't know why your hit points are currently listed as 30 because that's definitely not correct.
How fucking unkillable are you?
I think it's meant to be. I think your hit points is meant to be 13, so you should be on 12 now.
Still more hit points than that.
Yeah, because you're quite a strong character. Anyway, so the door is opened, and you're on the floor a bit dazed. So Louise gets the wonderful view of.
My backside.
Well, apart from that, you can see Pino like laid down over a desk with the whole back of his head exploded outwards. There is blood everywhere.
Fredie, what did you do?
For once, that was
What did you do?
not me.
Fredie,
I took myself out.
Fredie, we spoke about this.
Well, how could I have done that? The door was locked.
How was he screaming a minute ago and now he's dead?
You were literally watching me while he was screaming.
How is he now dead?
How much noise did you guys make opening that door?
Like
There is a lot.
we
People come rushing in behind you to find out what's going on.
I'm gonna start
Women are.
acting and
People are
start screaming.
screaming.
like a
There is.
woman.
There is a lot of panic right now.
We should definitely
I'm
start screaming
also
too.
Oh my god!
Um.
I'm a victim.
Paladin comes in and asks, "What the hell? What's going on? What's going on?"
He was just dead.
It's like, why are you on the floor? What have you done to the door?
Because she
Well,
just saw
we
a
heard
dead man.
screaming, so we came to assist, and we were too late. Someone's blown his head off.
So the guard guy, the big hedge guard guy, comes in and comes over to look at the body and
says he's dead.
yeah, he declares him definitely dead. The
Good
police,
to have an expert.
the police are called. By the way, they're gonna.
Is there
Sorry, what?
a gun on the desk or anything?
Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
I don't really want to, but okay. Look, I see nothing. I'm blind now as well.
Oh my
Can you
God.
can you also give me a listen roll as well?
Yeah, just to rub it in.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Oh yay! I can still listen.
so you don't see anything, but
Not well.
you hear like a whole bunch of voices, like whispers and like
What's wrong with me?
and you hear them. They sort of come from the direction of Pinot's body, but they sort of disappear off into the distance.
What are the whispering voices saying?
They're like, hold on a sec, Pinot.
Did you just hit?
they're like, I'm trying to describe them. They're like ideas. Like when you're trying to hear them, you end up. Rather than hearing them, you end up like picturing them in your head, which is, I know it's a strange thing, but these are strange voices. And it's like you see images of like beautiful paintings, like amazing sort of dreamlike images of paintings that have never been created.
So there's definitely something wrong with me.
Well, there's definitely something wrong with Pinot.
I think I'll be joining them.
Anyway, so
No, I'll break their neck before they do that to you.
Anyway, so the Paladin says, "I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. You'll all have to wait here while the police are come, so they can interview everybody and find out to make sure that nothing untoward has happened."
Fucking Cluedo.
Now, sorry.
So I was in the central hall when this happened, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
You'd
And-
probably go look though, surely.
Hmm.
You could steal the painting while everyone's not down.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would maybe. No.
Man's just like,
Not to mention the whole building's on lockdown and the police are coming.
No.
But yes, why don't you just help yourself to that painting?
Not a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Now, I'll let you know, if you want, we can fast forward now, because, I mean, if you want to do stuff, you can do stuff, but you can wait, we can have the police come and interview you guys and then let you go, because ultimately they're not gonna incriminate you guys for knocking down a door to try and help a dying man. So
Okay.
we can fast forward through, essentially the rest of the party, if you wish.
So we got away with not killing him. That's
Because I
good.
was trying to think, when the big bouncer guy ran past, did he run past with the book?
No, he did not.
Okay.
So if you want,
Read it.
let me know if you want to fast forward or if you want to hang around, if you want to run this bit out in real time.
I'd like to
Get another glass.
go. No. I'm fine. I've got my fill. No, I'd like to go through to where that hallway is, where I saw him take the book.
Okay, you can do that.
Because I know that's where the staircase going upstairs to the studio is, and I'd like to try. Where is there a door in front of that, or is it just
No,
a staircase?
you can just walk upstairs.
Okay. Can I walk upstairs?
Yep.
And can I go into the studio?
Yeah, you walk upstairs while all the commotion's going on. You hear all the screaming and shouting downstairs. The studio is, I guess, very. It's not as messy as it should be. There's obviously like some people have started painting things and stuff, but this is a fresh build, so it's actually quite clean at the moment. There's lots of paint.
Is there anyone else in there?
No, it's actually kind of deserted in here at the moment.
Okay. Cool. Is there anything that I notice upon going in? Like anything obvious? Besides just painty stuff everywhere?
There's a bunch of doors leading out to some bedrooms. They're all the doors are shut. I mean, there's one, there's a door marked library. I mean, it's the studio itself, right now at least, is fairly unremarkable. Other than like that it leads to a lot of different places and it has lots of painting supplies and sculpting supplies and all kind of it's trying to deck the place out like it would be ready for any kind of any artist to meet all of their needs.
Okay. Because I'm thinking he's went most likely upstairs with this book, and I have an opportunity to find this book. So can I go into the library?
Yeah, as you go into the library, there is a young woman in here, looking through books.
Okay.
She hasn't. She sees you here, but she hasn't. She's not like said anything yet. She can see. She's just reading.
Okay, that's fine. Nondescript brown book. There'll be a lot of nondescript brown books in here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of books in here. If you put it in the library, I mean, you could do your library use thing, but the problem is you don't really know what you're looking for.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I guess you would
Even
you not
got
be able
it.
to recognize something that'd been brought in recently, or
Yeah,
whatever?
Could you not ask the woman? Isn't she?
Yeah,
gonna-
I was thinking
just
I would
the-
ask her if anyone's put anything in new. Would I be able to do that? Just ask the
How long your
other
book's
the
been
other lass
stolen
if there's
by
anything that's been brought up. Like, excuse me, there was a gentleman who came up here just before, and he was carrying a very interesting book. Do you know if he's returned it to the library? I've been after it for a little while.
So yeah, she looks up at you and says, "Oh, hello. Yes, that was Arthur, wasn't it? He went and dropped something into Paladin's study, but I don't think you'll be able to get in there, not without permission." He says, "If I were you, I would avoid those kind of books anyway. That kind of stuff's not good for the mind."
Oh, okay. Right. So that's weird.
Does it
Yeah.
blow your mind out?
Sorry, what?
Does it like blow your mind? Like, literally.
Are you you're not with her anyway, are you? So I can't.
No.
No, thankfully not. No.
All the puns.
What to do? I want to ask her what she means about those sorts of books, but I'm not sure what kind of role that would be.
That's not a role. You can just have a conversation with her.
I can just talk to her like a normal human.
Yeah. It's only a role when you're trying to do something beyond a normal conversation, when you're trying to influence somebody or affect their behavior.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you can just ask her.
Cool. So, you say that kind of book. Like, what is it that you mean? Like, I mean, I've got a bit of an interest in just sort of learning more about what goes on in the studio and what influences the artists. And I've heard that it's quite an interesting one to look at. Like, what do you mean?
He says, well, the studio's been good to me and Paladin's been good to me, but I don't believe any of their superstitions and nonsense. All this mysticism and occultism, I don't think this feeds into art in the way they see it. I think they're just looking for a lucky rabbit's foot to convince them that the work is going to stand up, when I think the work is in and of itself is good enough. It says there's definitely more than their share of occult books in this library, more than to satisfy if that's what you're looking for. But as I say, I'm not a science. I'm not like Max. It's not Max. Sorry. Not like Dominic. I'm not pure science. I do believe in the divine, but I don't believe in all of this magic and voodoo nonsense.
No, that's very fair. Thank you. I'll see if I can find something else. I look through?
Sorry. She just says that, and she says, "Oh well, might I suggest this section? This is some of the most beautiful poetry that's ever been written. I would highly recommend by any of these books. I helped pick this. I helped curate this collection myself."
Oh, excellent, thank you. I'm not sure what would go into that. Would I know what sort of thing she's referring to through an occult role?
All right, so if you've got knowledge of it already, then you would know that. So I guess what she's implying is if this book is strong enough that it's not in the library that he's wanting to block it, it's thing that there's a good chance it's got like magic of some kind in it.
Okay, cool, that's fine. In which case, then I'll sort of entertain looking a bit at the poetry and then go back downstairs.
All right.
I'll be polite.
Okay. So at that point, shall we then? Do you guys want to take control again, or do you want to fast forward past the police stuff?
Well, I was probably gonna try and do my own sneaking around during the police stuff. So I guess everyone's distracted in the study or out in the hallway.
Yeah.
I want to kind of sneak over to the door with the staircase in that corridor and try it.
The locked one.
Yeah, but I don't know it's locked, obviously.
Yeah, you go there and it's locked.
I want to try and unlock it.
I mean, people might see you though.
Should I make a stealth roll?
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty risky one, but yeah, if you can do a stealth.
I guess I'm kind of trying to bank on the distraction being enough.
The only problem is that there's a heightened sense of awareness. They're not all. I mean, there's a lot of people trying to look into that study. They're not all going to fit in, so they're probably going to look around the corridor they're in as well. It's probably the one worst spot to try and get away with something right now.
Nowhere else seems to go down there either, so I don't. I guess I'll try to go upstairs then. I'll walk back through and then go back through the central hall. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna go back through and have a look at the painting and see how it's displayed and what if do my normal recce of what it's attached to, how it's presented, if it's there's anything around it or whatever.
Yeah, you look at the painting. It's actually surprisingly unsecured. It looks like they're probably not planning to keep it there. It's obviously just been put here just to show on the stage. And the way that it's not secured or even attached to the wall makes you think that they're probably going to move it very soon.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I guess from my genius intuition, that would be the vault. Don't know what makes me think that. Just
I'll put it in the toilet.
I'm just gonna imagine that. Yeah, and then I'm gonna walk back upstairs, but walk back through to the other hallway and then go upstairs.
Okay.
So, yeah, walk upstairs into the studio.
Sure. You're in the studio.
Can I like just have a look and see, like in the door of the studio, just kind of see if anyone's in there and look through and stuff?
It's empty at the minute. It's just art supplies and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start trying bedroom doors, starting with the furthest one from the right, the first bedroom door.
To save you time, the 3 normal bedroom doors are all unlocked, but the master bedroom door is locked.
Okay, is there anything worth stealing in the normal bedrooms?
It's nothing. I mean, nothing of value. Like there's lots of there's a typewriter in one where someone's been trying to write a book, and like lots of.
I mean, I'm talking about money. Okay, money and jewels.
You don't find any real value in those rooms. There's lots of signs of artists living in those rooms, but there's no value in them.
Okay, right then I'm gonna try and pick the lock on the master bedroom door.
Okay. While you're doing that, I just want to cut back to the 2 people, 2 people in the middle of all the shit. Since we are advancing time, the police arrive, and one of them recognizes you 2 immediately.
Why?
Oh.
And this is Officer Carl. He's kind of your insider at the police station here in town.
Good recognizing.
Hi, Carl.
And Carl's like, here you ladies have managed to get yourself caught up in some real trouble for a change.
Real trouble.
This guy, by the way, this guy.
What you're talking about?
To be clear, this guy knows you guys are thieves, but he's like, he knows you guys aren't like murderers, and he kind of sees his attempt.
Has he met Fredie?
He sees it as a rivalry rather than he's actually like bitterly trying to arrest you guys.
Yeah, well, this has nothing to do with us.
He says, I hope not. I'd be very disappointed to hear you guys escalating what you guys do, you know?
No, like literally Fredie just fell over and we ended up in here.
Straight through the door. Must have been made of like chipboard or something. I don't know. Poorly.
I mean, you know all about Fredie indoors, right?
Yeah, well, I've been on the wrong side of one of Freddy's punches before, so.
Well, like, they've got to get a decorator back. Like that.
This place just been done out.
What are the police saying right now about this, Carl? What are your insights?
Well, that's what we're here to figure out. Like, I mean, we don't know anything yet. We've just got here, but I mean, this looks pretty
rubbish.
This looks pretty horrible.
Call yourself a policeman. You don't know anything.
Weak.
As you're saying that, he's like, well, you know, last I saw, all the paintings were still here, so I'm not sure who the amateurs are.
What? Yeah, what?
Carl, I thought you were my friend.
Rubbish at stealing
because
what? He's implying your shit at stealing. Paintings are all still there.
Pardon?
He's implying your shit at stealing because the paintings are all still
I'm
there.
not interested in this mediocre crap.
Super.
How loud do you want to shout?
If he knows me, then he already knows that my character is an appreciator, like loves art and stuff. I've not seen anything impressive since I walked in this building. I saw a dog take a poop on the sidewalk, and that was more impressive than any of the stuff I've seen tonight.
Wow.
He says, "Well, from my perspective, the piece of art on that desk's more impressive than anything I've seen in a while."
Or the dead guy.
Look at the art on the desk.
Yes. No, he means...
Oh, is it the dead guy?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, Carl?
Carl's down for the pure banter.
And you think a dead body?
He says, look, you guys just hang at the back, give your statements, don't cause any trouble, and you guys will be out of here. I know this isn't your doing, so don't just chill.
He knows we never cause any trouble.
He doesn't know that.
Hopefully he obviously hasn't noticed that me and Tara are missing.
Actually, no, now you mention it, he's like, where are the other 2?
They had to go to
you know, like, Isabelle will be drunk somewhere in a corner, probably half naked. Standard.
Whoa!
Well, you're wearing a dress.
Whoa.
Just lift it.
You're not there to protest.
Elsie's gone toilet.
He says, look,
yeah,
I can't get.
He
says, I can't get Isabelle out of another one of these like public, you know, indecency charges.
Well, on that note, I will go and find her myself. How about that?
He says, all I'm saying is don't like they're going to be sweeping the place soon. Don't let them find you guys any place you're not supposed to be. Otherwise, I
In
can't
that
help you.
case, give me 10 minutes to go find them.
10 minutes and nothing is missing.
At a glance, though.
Okay.
At a glance, Carl. Is it Carl? Is your name Carl?
Carl, yes, it's Carl.
Yes, his name is Carl.
I'm not very good with names.
He says, I've known you for years. He says, Freddy, I've known you for years. You've hit me once.
Only once.
Names aren't important, really. It's just like, oh, you. That works with most people. Just out of interest, though, what do you think, like, did that to his like head?
He says, he says, I know this is going to sound morbid, but I hope it was a gun because otherwise it's something much more serious.
But where's the gun?
He says, I don't know. That's what worries me.
Well, I'm telling you now, we came through this door and he was screaming, and then he was dead. So there was no one else in here.
There was no gunshot noise.
He says,
I know what they sound like.
he says, he says, I don't know. I says, I don't want to hear this. He says, we get a few weird cases, a few cases like this a year. I generally try not to be there for them because this kind of stuff gets pretty weird pretty quick.
Ah, so this has happened before.
He says, well, not specifically this, but these kind of cases, these are the ones you keep quiet about.
Okay, well, I will go and make others quiet and go find the 2 drunk people in my party. Goodbye.
Okay. He sort of smiles and waves as you guys depart. Right. Cutting back. Firstly, let's cut back to Isabelle. What are you doing? You're still in the library last I checked.
Yeah, I'm still in the library. I'm just
Reading
being
books.
polite. I'm sat on the floor trying to be polite.
The girl in with you is like is trying not to laugh because she can tell you're obviously wasted.
That's fair.
Who gets wasted on the job?
All right. Well, you're okay. Then I'll cut back to Elsie.
I don't know which way I'm pointing. Everyone's pointing at different people.
Yeah, because I guess we're all different places.
For me, she's up there.
She's like,
If you want it on the, actually it doesn't matter because the problem is where I have him on Skype, they get rearranged when I broadcast this, so it doesn't really matter.
Terrible.
Right. Anyway, so let's cut back to Elsie, who is not drunk and I believe just succeeded in picking
nailed.
So yeah, you
Picking that lock.
Being nailed.
Yeah.
she nailed the lock picking.
Oh, good for you.
Some of us are professionals. I'm going to slip into the room and I'm going to lock the door behind me.
Okay.
Bitch.
Oh.
So you're in the master bedroom. It's much nicer and better kept than all of the other rooms you went into.
Any money?
You do find about £100 in one of the cupboards.
Having it in my purse. I also want add that money to my money total now.
But there's lots of relatively fines. This is obviously Paladin's room, and there's lots of there's fine like perfumes and clothes and all sorts of stuff. It's all very expensive in here.
I only want like stuff that I can fit in my handbag, basically.
Is the rest of Pinot's brain in that room?
Don't see any brain.
Wow.
I'm pretty practiced at fleecing rooms, so when I've looked at all the places where people usually keep like jewelry, expensive watches, and money, I kind of have another look around, and I guess I see another door.
Yeah. Also, you do find an expensive watch in there as well.
Well, I'm having that.
Ooh.
And you do obviously there is another doorway leading in through to a study that the door is slightly ajar.
Ooh. I'll like kind of listen and make sure no one's in there. Is it dark as well?
It's not. It's lit. And it's lit. And there's
I like it. It's lit.
So yeah, you like the study. It's lit. And there's nobody in there. You can't hear
Okay,
any
well,
noise.
gonna look around the city and see if there's anything expensive in here as well. Just trying to be brief, quick.
Yeah. So the study is, it's got cabinets that have like small sculptures and some really nice art pieces, and obviously he's got a big elaborate table with loads of like paperwork and this big brown book sat on there.
Did I see the guy run away with the book when he handed it to him? I was in the room.
You would have
but...
you would have been aware of the book situation, I think.
Because I know I was in the room at the time, but I don't remember whether I would have seen it or not.
I don't think you necessarily. I'm not sure if you saw the guard bit, but you probably would have seen the book being handed from LaRouche to Paladin.
I guess I'll have that then.
Take it.
Yeah, I'll pick that up.
Okay.
Put it in your handbag.
The book is old and is written on it evocations of the inner god.
Ooh.
I'm always up for finding my inner goddess, so
Put it down.
No.
It's the wrong book. It's already the wrong book.
No.
I don't really understand the relevance of books because you can't read them anyway.
Can I see through the keyhole of the door into the library?
Yeah, I mean, but all you can see is some shelves.
Okay. Can I listen through the door and see if anyone's speaking in there? Because obviously I don't want to come out of a private study into a room that's potentially got people in.
You can hear a rather drunken moan on the other side of the door that you recognise quite clearly.
Oh, good.
Okay. Well, that's good enough for me, I guess. I'll make my way out of the private study, and then like into the room, and then close the door behind me.
Well, but which room?
Into the library. Out
Alright.
of the private study into the library.
All right. So you step out of the private study into the library. The young woman does look up and a bit confused at you, who you are.
Oh, you must have caught me. My name's Elle. I'm one of Paladin's friends. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
She goes bright red, and she's like, I don't know anything about anything like that, and she's like starts stuttering and like.
Oh, well, it's very wonderful to meet your acquaintance. You must be Amy?
Says yes. Oh, you've heard of me. You've heard of my
I
work.
have. I love your work. I love poetry. It's so wonderful. I'm so excited that you're here doing a residency. Paladin's told me so much about you. I'm gonna lay on the charm.
It's really good.
This is how we do it. Yeah, that sails right under my charms.
And she's like, oh well, it's a pleasure to meet you too. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I'm just working on something at the moment, but
no, of course, you creative types.
Hope you're enjoying the party.
Oh, it's just so wonderful. There's a bit of a yeah, I'm just going to pretend that I've been in there the whole time and that I haven't been downstairs. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I've been upstairs for a little while now, but I'm just freshening up. And
it gets really awkward every time you make those kind of insinuations. She's really like.
Yeah, I'm very good at making those insinuations. But I see that you've made the acquaintance of my colleague Isabelle.
Hi.
She didn't introduce herself, but it's a pleasure to meet you both.
Yes. Well, I'll be taking Bella here, and then we'll be going because she needs to go back home and be put to bed. I think.
I was going to suggest. I think some sleep would be good for your friend.
Is there like a little? Is there like a book bag in this library or anything?
A book bag.
Yeah, like a bag that carries books. Just something that, or like something that I can kind of cover up the book with.
Nothing in the library. Nothing particular.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna grab 2 of the thinnest books I can find to put on either side of this one.
Okay.
And like kind of sandwich it so it's not hopefully not recognizable. Hide the spine.
Okay. I will say though, if that's your plan, the studio probably has all sorts of things that would probably hide a book.
Oh right, okay. Then we'll go back in the studio because I would have seen the studio.
I only mentioned that because you would have seen the studio. There would be like fabric for cleaning and hiding things and stuff like covering sculptures and stuff like that, and there's all sorts of things in there.
Let's go in there and like grab something and make it look neat and nice and let's leave, Bella. Let's go.
Bye. Bye. You're really good.
Have a wonderful night. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye.
Bye.
As you're, okay, so you wrap I assume you wrap this book up in like some canvas fabric or something like that. You do have the problem that there are loads of police officers downstairs. They probably will check you on the way out, and you know this. I'm telling you this because you probably know this.
Okay.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna at the top of the staircase, like directly opposite. I'm gonna assume that because I my awareness of the building, I'll know like where if I throw something where it'll end up.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't,
But I'm gonna do it at the opposite side, probably at the staircase, which is like next to the at the window that's next to the staircase, so it's further as far from the study as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of gonna like check, make sure there's no like police out there.
Yeah, it's empty down that side of the building.
Drop it down and close the window, and then hurry down with her.
What have you got?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. I know how I'm gonna play this out as well, so I'm gonna rush down the stairs and like just act really drunk.
Okay.
Right, so all four of you will convene, I guess, downstairs by the sort of by the thingy, the lobby area, the reception area.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need to
just-
go. Just
What?
Freddie broke a door down, and there
we
was
can
a
tell her
dead
this
man
later.
there.
We can tell her this later. We should
And I
leave
killed
right
him.
now. We should definitely leave right.
I don't know if we can. They won't let us.
The police,
thought they were like-
the police have taken your statements from you two, and they will search. They will search. They'll search all of you basically. Well, basically, the police will need to just take a signed statement and search you on the way out. That's all.
Okay.
Search me.
They do ask. Elsie if the money and the watch are hers.
Excuse me. What are you trying to imply? This is my late husband's watch. I carry it around everywhere with me as a a memento of him to me, because he was buried with both of our wedding rings, so he would always have a piece of me, when he moved on to the next life.
All right. Well, they buy your bullshit story.
Good.
And
I'm amazing.
you guys finally get out of the gallery.
Okay, so when we come out of the party after the police have accepted my story about my dead husband's watch, I'm gonna kind of shuffle around
All's
to
gonna be miffed at me.
retrieve the book that I dropped out the window.
Shall we just accept that you guys picked up the book and probably headed back to
And
your hideout?
Headed back to we're at the hideout.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna love me.
What you done? What's the thing you've got?
Is she sober yet?
Yeah, what if you...
Oh yeah, are you
It's
sober
good
yet?
enough.
You guys are
Okay.
splashing water on her on the way back, and
Yeah.
It's fine.
Slap her up.
Why does it always happen like this?
So I have the hottest book of the moment, which
What
is,
is it?
as
What is-
everybody knows, Evocations of the Inner God. Haha.
What does that mean?
Right.
I saw LaRouche give this book to Paladin, and I kind of like fleeced his study and his bedroom, and I found it, and I thought maybe it'll be useful.
Well, it's not, because I can't read it anyway. Like, probably
It's in English.
I will say Isabelle is the only one who necessarily has much of a clue what's going on in this book.
Would I recognise the title?
You wouldn't recognise the title, but skim reading the book, you would start to get a pretty quick idea of what's going on in here. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I can do that.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna be like, tell you what, that since we finally saw that LaRouche guy, like that is a weird couple, his wifey is very strange.
Yeah.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Are we seriously going to say that there was a couple there and that was the weirdest thing that happened this evening?
Thank you.
Well, some of us were doing work,
Yeah.
so
Well, some of us actually made an entrance to get back in later, so we were also working.
Okay, well, some of us can pick locks, so that probably wouldn't have been a problem.
You have no idea I couldn't pick the lock.
Some
Shut up and take
some
that
of
back.
us witnessed a murder, and I am shook.
Some of us read some great poetry.
Was it great, or was it just...
Not all of us can read.
Some of us can
Okay.
read.
So we procured a way back in. You found some weird book. Are you going to tell us what's in the book?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
read it
I'm not
to me.
talking to you.
It's a bit grim.
Do you want me to,
Do I?
want me
Yeah.
to tell you what you
Please
know?
fill in.
Yeah.
Fill in what I need to do, or
I
whatever.
can tell you what you know about it, and then it's up to you how much you relay. But I mean, it's up to you if you just want to tell everybody everything. But so you would look at the book, and you would see that this is a book of ancient rites and summoning rituals. In particular, this book is about people trying to find doorways to the divine, like specifically either not this, to some degree about gateways to heaven, but also about reaching like divine entities. In particular, the sort of the sections of the book that seem to be like bookmarked and have been, like obviously the ones that have been looked at recently, are to do with the idea of creating a gateway to the concept of a muse. And the idea that through summoning you will be able to channel some divine acts of inspiration into your artwork. I should also mention, while you're reading through the book, Elsie is starting to feel a headache coming on.
I'm starting to feel a headache coming on.
And you're still really obsessed with the idea of performing like the grand heist. And that's like all you can do is think constantly about this amazing heist you want to pull off.
Thank you.
But you're not feeling good.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a lie down because my head's fucking cracking, and
Oh God.
we've
God,
got to make
There's
this.
fat cracking heads in front of us.
My head is like absolutely splitting, and we've got to make this heist super amazing. We've got to do the best job we possibly can, and then we can do the next amazing job. So I'm gonna lie down and like refresh my heist brain, and I'll let you guys figure this one out.
We're all in the same room, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
Can
right.
we, like, keep
I'm
an
gonna
eye
go
on
lie
it?
down on the bed.
Well, out the back of our
Okay.
head.
Go lie down. Don't do anything stupid.
Or
I'm
die.
gonna literally fall asleep because I have the worst headache ever. It was
Hang
all
on,
that
don't-
wine I
don't-
didn't drink.
Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep yet. Give me a sec. Can I have a look through the book? And is there anything specific to do
About
with
heads exploding.
Yeah.
yeah, like the
Brains
effects that come
exiting.
from this?
There's nothing specifically about heads exploding. The only it's not.
It wouldn't be a bestseller if it did.
Yeah,
to be
the book-
fair.
Look in the content. Look in the content.
And their
Or the
head.
index.
on wall.
Heads, comma, exploding.
The book's a bit more abstract than that, but it does. It doesn't necessarily connect to what you're talking about, but it does say that the ritual that they've been that they've been looking at, the way to end it is to break the physical link with the human world.
Ah,
Okay. Guys, I've this book isn't very good.
What did I say?
Out of sleep.
you lynched like a good book.
I'm not listening to you. I'm asleep.
Yeah, like one with a plot.
Or
I
nice pictures.
It's
Oh,
got
look
a
at
plot,
that.
but it's not a good one. I think it makes a lot of sense with what happened with your head exploding guy.
He's not my head exploding guy.
No, but he's not mine, is he? I didn't see him. Come on.
Yeah, but we didn't do that.
No, but come on. I'm
Fredie
trying-
has guilt issues right now. You weren't there, man.
You didn't see brain. Like the brain was just everywhere.
Do you want to know the important things, or do you want to tell me
Those
about?
curtains are ruined.
Yeah, like his carpet was I think it was white, but it was definitely red after.
Yeah,
accident.
please. Oh well.
Imagine it. Gross.
Yeah, okay, what are you saying about the book?
What you can know?
That question's clearly not directed at me.
No, it looks like whatever they've been doing with the art stuff in that studio is to do with this, and it's to do with like trying to think of a good way to phrase this that isn't going to confuse you. It's to do with like summoning otherworldly beings and like the divine. And yeah, see, this is why I've got to simplify things, mate.
You are fucking crackers.
Oh, cool. That's bullshit.
How much wine did you drink again? No, seriously. How
Maybe
much
you should go lie down.
Mm. Whole bottle? 2 bottles? What's your average?
There were 10 green bottles.
Why do you care more about the wine than you do about the stuff that's in this book that you guys are too thick to understand, and I'm the only person who's going to be able to read it?
Well, you
What?
can read it tonight on your own if you want. You don't need us for that.
The guy's head exploded because of what's in this book. Is
Really?
that okay? Is that
Because it wasn't.
enough?
Please explain.
Have they got pictures?
Did he cast a spell?
If you want, kind of, yeah.
Who? The guy whose head exploded, or someone else?
No, it's something to do with whatever they've been doing with this art setup. Because
Was
none
it
of the
murder
art...
or was it suicide?
Wait, so he painted a picture and then his head blew up.
Art is dangerous.
Yeah.
You're not explaining this very well.
I don't think you're explaining this at all.
Who did the thing?
I don't know who did the thing, but his head exploded because of what's in this book.
But did he read the book?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't read it.
It wasn't him who had the book, by the way.
It wasn't
It
who
was
had it, no,
LaRouche.
I don't know this.
No. The
I
other...
literally told you. I literally told you.
I wasn't listening.
That's more
The
the
oth-
point, isn't it?
Wow. No, the other guy, the guy with the strange woman, had the book, and he was the one who was working with Pino, whose head exploded.
So do
So
you think
is
he
that-
killed Pino?
I don't know. I don't know if he killed him or if what he has done killed Pino. He didn't bring anything arty. Pino did
Did he
something.
say anything at the party that might have hinted something like this?
He said
Did you
something
speak to him?
not really. I listened in on a couple of things, but
Playing that drunk well.
it
This is the
a good
problem. This is why
idea.
you need to stay sober.
It wasn't a good idea, but it's fine. No, he said something about how I don't remember his exact wording, but it was something like his art had yet to appear, or the thing that he had been working on wasn't quite finished, or it would make an appearance later, or something like.
He told you that he said that he was going to show it to them that night, but not in front of everybody.
Yeah. But there was
Does
whatever
he
it
think
was.
a dead
it was-
man is art?
Oh.
What?
Does
Oh.
he think a dead man is art?
Maybe he does. Oh, I don't know.
But then he did say he wasn't going to show it to everybody.
We just
Kind
showed it to us.
Almost everybody saw the dead man.
Yeah, but we saw it first.
Yeah, we did, but he wasn't speaking to us.
Yeah, but like if we hadn't screamed, no one else would have come in.
That's true.
This is really confusing.
To be honest, I just didn't want to get caught by the police.
Well, our main issue now
I
is
can't go back to jail.
we were supposed to steal the first piece, and it's now in the middle of a murder investigation. It's going to be even harder to steal that now, as the place will be crawling with police, even with our new entrance.
To be fair, in this era, the police wouldn't be here all night. They'd probably just it's a rich person's place. They'd probably just take their reports and then leave it. It's not like CSI doesn't exist yet. You see what I mean? They're not like They're not
Do
like.
they leave the body?
And they'll have taken. You'll already know this, so I'll tell you. You'll expect them to have taken the body, and taken some notes and stuff. But they wouldn't. They might leave an officer at the site, maybe if they were worried about somebody coming back. But it's unlikely that there would be a police presence.
Oh, okay. Well, we should probably get ready to go back out then.
What about Elsie?
Well, you have to get out of that dress and sober up.
Are we covered in blood? We're not, are we? We weren't that close.
No, we weren't that close. We have to get out of these dresses and get into our proper gear. So let's have Elsie sleep a little bit longer.
Okay.
Should we get a change?
Yes.
While you guys
Like in Zelda.
While you guys are all doing this, Elsie's just dreaming of stealing things.
Well, people say that like it's different. It's probably all they dream about anyway. Right, so I'm gonna get changed into my thief gear.
Like a montage plays.
Montage. Get
Yes, me done. I'm good.
All right, so we fast forward to like middle of the night, I guess.
Elsa, wake up! Wake up!
Why am I waking up in the middle of the night?
Because we're going.
Heist.
Oh, is this the next day?
The same
No,
night.
this is the same night.
We're going on the same night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Strike while the iron's hot before they take the painting away.
Fucking hell, guys.
look
Can I
up.
have this tonight to sleep? I really don't feel
No.
well.
I'm gonna get a bucket and pour it over you. In 5, 4,
I'm up. If you pour a bucket over me, I'm not going out.
2. Do you want the money or not?
I do,
Yeah,
but
you
we don't need
research
to do
about
it
it.
tonight. I need to sleep tonight. I have such a bad head. I need to sleep tonight, and then I'll be fine tomorrow.
And the painting might not be there tomorrow.
Yeah, we haven't got that long.
The
So you're
painting
gonna have to
will
get
be
it
there.
now.
Where else is it gonna go?
What, the painting?
Yeah,
Could go anywhere.
Who knows? Someone's head blew up.
it'll probably be in the vault or something. I don't know, but
Yes, a vault that we can't get into.
maybe you can't get into it.
Again, this is knowledge that you don't have.
Doesn't mean I don't disrespect your stealing skills.
Wow.
Doesn't mean I wouldn't give you shit for it anyway.
Okay, can I like forcibly get Elsie out of bed?
Yeah, you can drag her out. You're much stronger. than
Okay.
her.
I do. Last time I got manhandled, I was like, my ankle was like broken for like months. So
Frankie, what the hell,
I
man?
did not do that!
DJ snapped my knee. Okay, I don't need that.
That guy is notorious. I told you not to hang around with him.
Yeah, well.
He snaps everything. That's why they call him DJ Snap.
Okay, right. I'll
Including
get
himself. May he rest in peace.
dressed into my heist clothes then. And I guess I'll get my heist bag, which includes all of my stealing thingies,
Stealing thingies.
and we'll take a because the painting was really big, wasn't it?
No, I didn't see it actually.
I
What
didn't
did it
see
look like?
Well, I did. I've got written down. It's huge.
Yeah, it's about the size of a tall person.
Okay, so we're gonna want to take one of those little what are they called? Those things that are like that with wheels. Do
Trolley.
you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Well,
we
no, but
have
it's not like an actual trolley. It's like one of those things that's like got a little bit at the bottom.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah,
They're called
Trolley.
trolleys. They're called trolleys, yeah.
they are called trolleys.
Oh, well, a trolley is like a shopping trolley,
Yeah.
but I mean like a little thing where
I
you
know
can
exactly what you're talking about. There's one next to my desk at work right now. They're called trolleys.
that thing. But like, yeah, we're gonna need one of them.
Me and Heather
I've
just like, it's a
got one in
trolley.
the
How are we gonna get that inside?
We can literally like, well, how we're gonna need to get the fucking painting out, aren't we?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's not something we can carry through a window.
How the fuck are we gonna carry the painting out of a window if we can't get a trolley in the window? Think like.
I didn't expect the painting to be quite. Is it? You
What?
say it's tall. Is it wide
It's
or is
not-
it narrow?
You could probably fit it through the windows you're trying to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
So it's narrow.
Make it easier for us to move it around.
We could just all 4 of us just lift it out the
Yes,
window.
but we're doing it to get the painting from the fucking art gallery to our
How
house.
heavy do you think it is?
I'm thinking it's going to be just, no matter how heavy it is, it's going to be easier to carry on a freaking trolley.
You know what would have
Not
made
when
it
you
easier?
have to carry a trolley up the second window. It's not.
We're not go. It's not the. It's the first, like the ground floor window.
Well, either way, how the fuck are you gonna get a trolley through the window?
See,
Like,
one person.
we're gonna fucking hell. We're gonna cut it out of the fucking frame. We don't need the frame. We just need the fucking thing.
Only one of you has seen a heist movie ever.
You know, Fredie.
Oh,
Fredie, that might actually work. I didn't think about that. That's a good plan.
this is why we have Freddy.
I thought Fredie was here to lift the heavy stuff.
I wasn't sure what Becca was getting at, and then she put the scissors up, and I was just like, oh my god, of course.
Good shout, Freddy. Good shout. We'll do. Fuck you and your trolley. Alright, so let's just get some scissors, yeah?
Professional
defense-
team.
In my defense, I don't normally steal art.
Right.
Okay. Get some knives.
Like, of
Okay,
course
well,
we're
Can
gonna
we
get
get?
caught.
Can we get a
We're getting
tube?
a fucking
Can we get-
frame
Can
down
we
the
get a
road.
tube? Can we get like a tube or like a bit of drain pipe or something that would be long enough to?
Yeah, I'm sure you could secure that on the way.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of that.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's just
They've got a studio upstairs anyway. I'll probably pinch something out there.
let's go.
Right. So you guys, in your gear, head back to the museum. It's kind of like, obviously it's quiet now. A lot of the lights are still on, but obviously the front door's closed. There's no.
Yeah, people live in this building, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm gonna assuming that the painting's actually downstairs in the vault, not upstairs. But we can check.
I know, but I'm saying we're just going to be careful. There's going to be people in this building.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So anyway, you get back to the front of it. The fountain is still spraying water out front, but there's no sign of life other than that. The front door's closed and locked. You can't hear much coming from the front here. And I say some of the rooms have been, the lights have switched off, but a lot of it is still lit up.
Are any of the lights on downstairs?
From the front, the reception area lights are off. The hallway to the left you can see is on, and the hallway to the right and the modern gallery, those windows are dark.
Okay, well, I opened up the music room window.
We need to make sure no one's in there before we start sliding in there.
Well, naturally. So let's sneak round to the music room.
Okay, so you go down
Are
the
there any
side.
lights on?
So you go around the side, and the study and the music room are both lit up, and you can hear music coming from the music room.
That motherfucker! You should have just killed him!
And it's like, it's not pleasant, but it's just like he's you can guess who it is, but someone is hammering on the keys of the piano, like making this horrible cacophony of noise.
Well, guys, I don't see any window I got to open today.
I've got an idea. If you
Okay.
guys go and wait by the modern gallery window,
Yep.
I've got an idea.
Oh dear. Do you want to tell us first?
Yeah, we.
Would that be a good idea?
Nah, just
I think
trust.
that's a better idea.
I'm walking towards the front door.
Okay.
Or should I do that? I don't think I should do that. I'm turning around and I'm walking back. I've just
What are you doing?
Well, normally what I would do is because I made the acquaintance of a few people who live here now, but the problem is that when I came out of that private study, that woman thinks that I am one of Paladin's paramours. So I don't. But then again, she probably wouldn't have said anything to him because she was literally
She might have if he asked who stole my watch.
Yeah, maybe.
Not a
Yeah,
good
maybe it's
idea.
best I'm not seen. Well, anyway, no one's in those windows, so I mean, you're a professional thief, so I'm sure you can open up a window from the outside.
Mm.
Go on, show us your skill.
Oh.
What would it be? I'm trying to see what skill that would be really. Maybe slight.
Lockpick?
Oh yeah, I guess lockpick. Yeah, locksmith. Yeah. You know what? The lock is like jam. You know, you're just like it's gone.
Because he sass talked me.
You're like
Right.
like after all the crap earlier, when your mind's focused, you were just like nothing.
I think I was too busy being like, I'm gonna fucking show you, bitch. And then it just opened, and I was like, oh.
Okay, so yeah, the window to the one of the windows to the modern gallery is now open, and you guys can easily climb inside.
Cool.
Nice.
Hacker voice, I'm in.
It's not lit in here apart from the the moonlight coming from outside. But you can see
And the light under the door.
but you can see around you various paintings and sculptures and stuff, but you can't really make them out in the dark.
It all looks like trash anyway.
We should listen to see if anyone's in the next hallway.
Who's going to do a listen skill on that?
Don't make
I'll
it
do
me.
it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it as well.
Have a go.
Oh, I nailed it.
I didn't.
Heather stumbles on a cell. Sorry, not Heather. Isabelle stumbles and makes a noise. But apart from that noise, Elsie can hear nothing from in the hallway outside.
Okay, I think we're good, guys. I think we can.
Okay, just before we go through, what's our route? Are we gonna go into Central Hall? And
No.
no, to get to the vault, or are we gonna pass through the lit up reception area?
It depends. We should listen out to see if there's anyone in the central hall. Listen out to see if anyone is in the reception area first, because it could just be on because someone's walked downstairs and lit the lights on the way down. But we should move way through the hallway as quickly as possible because obviously people could come down here from the studio. So yeah, let's move to the door to the reception area and then listen there and see if anyone's there.
I was going to say I lost your video, Lauren, but it just came back. Yeah, fine. You can see. I mean, the doors to the reception area. You can actually see through the glass door there, and you can see that there's nobody in there.
Let's sneak up to where the door to the central hall is, and make sure no one's going to see us sneaking past there.
Is the painting still in there?
So when you look through the door to the central hall, the painting is not there.
Oh.
But you do see, with his back to you, Arthur, the big security guy, patrolling around.
Okay.
In Central Hall.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do that roll past the door shit that we're well good at.
Are we gonna need to make stealth rolls?
Right now, he's backs to the door, so you don't have to do a stealth roll.
Right.
Go.
Flip through to the next hallway.
Okay.
No one.
So you three go through the next hallway. The door to the study is still open. There's like, there's like.
Don't look.
The police have left stuff behind, but I don't want to say police tape because they didn't collect tape areas yet. But they just, but there's definitely like stuff down that indicates the police still don't want anyone.
Body mark on where he was.
Drawn a
Well, you haven't been in the room, so you can't see the chalk thing, but you can see that they're.
Don't look. It's gross.
But they don't want any. There's like a sign at least. Do not enter on the study room.
Okay, I'm assuming nobody wants to or attempts to enter.
I've seen enough of that today.
Okay, cool. Let's creep up to the next door then, and listen out to make sure that he's not like looking this way.
So, as you walk this way, noise-wise, you're being drowned out by the music room because of just the guy in the music room hammering away at the piano, just furiously, like pashing keys, trying, it's like whatever he's doing in there is not pleasant.
He's got mega shit.
But if you look into the central hallway, you can see that Arthur is leaving out of the door to the right on the map, so he's heading back into the hallway you came from earlier.
Oh,
Perfect.
good.
Go. Right, I guess.
Okay, now this is the door that eludes me.
Okay, well, try it, and if you don't got it, I can try.
Hi, my great foe. See you again.
Great enemy.
What's your skill? Oh, you do it, yeah. it's
I don't
50.
even know. Can't find it.
It's 50 locksmith.
Yeah.
So yeah, you now you're
And then
you're
I
in.
have a silent. Take that, you fucking door, you fucking.
But I
Damn it.
think the important thing is now you're in your stealing gear. This is all just coming into place.
Obviously, I just can't. I can't work in a dress. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the door to the staircase down to the basement is now open.
Okay, is it lit up down there? Is it quiet?
It's dimly lit, but yeah, it's lit.
Okay, let's how about we can try and go down. I'll go down and check.
Do you
in
have
like
stealth?
Yes, I've got stealth.
You go down. If you go down, the hallway is empty down here.
Okay, then I'm like, let's go. Call everyone down. Then we go down. Okay, so we know that there's a storage facility and then a vault. So should we listen through the door, all of us, and try and...
I want to check the wine cellar as well. That
Okay,
might be
well,
our way out.
I want to check the wine cellar.
No, you are not going to check the wine
My
cellar.
point is, if the
I'm
wine
gonna-
cellar is empty, there is a way out from the wine cellar.
Good call.
Oh, yeah.
Right, you do that. I'll listen into the storage room and see if there's anyone in the storage room while you check the wine cellar.
Okay, give me a roll for the storage. Listen. You can't hear anything.
My head hurts too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I can't hear.
Your headache is distracting you. So what are the other guys doing?
I
can
want
give
to
it a
check
listen.
the wine cellar.
You can hear deadly silence from the wine cellar.
I'm gonna check the storage room. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. You can hear. Well, you can hear a distant noise, but it doesn't sound like it's from that room.
Okay. Cool. It
Can
sounds
I-
like it's fine.
Go into the wine cellar and just double check our exit is viable. The grate.
Okay. If you go into you can go into the wine cellar, and inside obviously there is like huge racks of wine everywhere. It's kind of a bit muggy in here. It's not a very pleasant room to be standing around in. The vent that you're aware of is screwed in place from the inside, so it's not.
So I can remove that.
If you have a screwdriver.
I do.
Hey. I have like a lock picking kit. That's gotta have a screwdriver in.
Well, you can try using your locksmithing tools to try and remove the grate.
If not, I do carry tools and crowbar.
Crowbar.
Yeah, because you didn't the screws are too tight for your lock tools. Your locksmith tools are quite precise and light, but this is quite like sealed in place.
Are you gonna call us through to like? Okay.
Yes.
I guess I use my like toolkit to attempt to.
That would be a strength then from you.
Oh god.
If Persona taught me anything, it's about securing your exit.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna hand my tools to Fredie, and Fredie, can you take care of this?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, she gives you the crowbar to try and break this vent off. So I need a strength roll from you.
Quietly, Freddy.
I
We're
can
all, we can all stand around and like braced.
Is it like the big dice I'm rolling?
Yeah, the D100 yen. Yeah.
Isabelle, close the wine door.
Like really loudly creaks.
77.
What's your strength?
Is that good?
What's your strength?
What's your strength?
Oh god.
Strength is 80, so that worked.
Oh, what the fuck! Oh!
So yeah, you
Nice.
managed to break the thing off, and it means like there's a passageway that's just big enough for all of you to individually crawl out of. You'd have to climb up on the wine racks to do it, but you could get out. You could get out that way.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
So there's our way out.
right, let's go back to the hallway and try the door to the storage room. Is it open?
The storage, yeah, it's got like all sorts of locks and bolts and stuff on it, but they've all been unlocked tonight and left open.
Okay.
There's a sound through there. Not in there, but through there.
Okay, let's go in really quietly. Like we're all hunched out. We all hunched out, and then we open the door.
Does that mean that there's somebody in the vault already?
But okay, then we need to be really quiet. If there's no one immediately around.
confused because the door was locked down here.
Was it locked from? Can they lock it from the inside?
The stairway door they could have locked from the inside, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But why?
Anyway, so the storage room, you go inside and there are tons of boxes labeled with various like cities from around the world, and there's art pieces, you know, paintings and sculptures. A lot of it's got like drapes and stuff over it, but some of it's exposed so you can see it. In one distant corner of the room, where the doorway to what you know from the plans to be the vault, a painting is covering the door, but it's already been rotated to reveal the hidden doorway behind it.
There's someone already in the vault.
And yeah, the door's closed, but you can hear what sounds like arguing but beyond the door.
Oh, there's two
Do we
people in the vault.
Do we recognize the voices?
Not from this end of the room, you know. You're not nearby the door yet, so.
Oh.
Can we see the painting that we're after in that room?
What, in the storeroom? Yes, actually, it is up against one of the walls in the storeroom.
Okay, then I guess we just take
Like,
that.
let's cut it out.
That is, you will.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to? Okay, you guys cut the painting out. I mean, you don't need to roll for this stuff. And you secure that, which collects you half of what you've been sent to find.
Oh, yeah.
What do we do? Because that guy never made that sculpture.
Maybe the.
I'm
dead
gonna
body-
reckon he's in the vault
sculpture.
right now.
Do you think
Let's
Mm.
listen in. We need to listen in.
This all seems a
Why
bit.
do we smuggle out a dead guy?
The
his
dead
brain's
guy's not
got
here.
Where?
The dead guy's not here. He's like in the morgue.
Someone else rolled to listen in. I'm apparently deaf.
Oh,
I've got a fucking splitting headache, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go. But
hopefully.
Probably a 2.
That's all right, like.
nope, my
Alright.
head is.
Okay, well, good thing Taru's there then.
So you, so Isabelle recognizes the voices of Paladin and LaRouche arguing quite loudly with each other. You can also hear a third voice, a woman's voice that you assume is Bethesda.
Oh.
LaRouche is shouting that that Paladin is like you know, close-minded fool who you know, can't recognize greatness when it finally stands staring him in the face.
He definitely thinks dead bodies are up.
Cool.
I'm not stealing a dead body.
Well, we
No,
got
no,
to get that.
Why
in.
do you think the dead body is
I
the
don't
art?
think
Sorry,
it's the
like
dead
what has
body
brought you
that's
to this
the art.
conclusion?
I think it's definitely not a dead body that's the art. Yeah.
The door is slightly ajar, by the way, so you could look inside, but you know, if you want to take the risk.
Ooh.
Can I make a stealth run and like?
Yeah, who's proper stealthy?
Not me.
Well, I am.
I'm
as
not either
well,
of
but I
them
mean, I
now.
just don't really trust.
I'm stealthy.
Volunteering you then?
We're gonna die.
I'm also nosy, so. Pray for me, girls. Oh yeah, that is under my stealth 50. So.
All right, so did that succeed?
Yes, it did.
All right.
Success.
So you look out, you look inside, and you can see you can see obviously LaRouche and Paladin arguing with each other. Standing between them though is Bethesda, but she doesn't look like you remember her from before. You can see like she's naked now, but rather than being skin toned, she is white marble in form.
Is she moving?
She's still moving, and you can see like parts of the makeup from her face from earlier are still there, but have been smeared off to kind of reveal the white marble underneath.
Huh.
And as you look at her, like again, all of these thoughts in your head of things of great heists and stuff are like intensifying, and like the pain in your head is becoming searing.
Do I like fall over or anything, or do I just have to like
Just
look
grab
away?
you sort of like stammer back and grab your head, basically.
That was so fucked up.
What?
My head already hurts. Like.
Right.
Did you take an aspirin? Like, I don't know. This is not the time.
I'm kind of just gonna sit down.
Yeah, please do.
In the middle of a heist.
No. Whatever's in there is
Don't-
not good.
Don't look at
It's not good.
We have to look. What did you see then?
My head hurts so much.
Did you talk to them earlier?
She's like not real. She's like made of marble, and my head hurts so much.
Flask.
Huh?
Did you bring your hip flask? Because you're sounding like, I don't know, like maybe you drank the whole content. All up.
I don't drink when I'm on the job. I just have a really bad headache. And I really need to just sit down and just not for like 10 minutes.
They could come out that room in 2 minutes.
Do I make with my I've got an int of 60. Can I make the conclusion that she's the art, or because there's a woman
You'll
silhouette and
you can, well, if you've made the conclusion, you've made the conclusion.
okay, she's like the art, so we need to steal her. She's literally she's the other piece. So
I would point out that if Isabelle believes you, she should be able to make the conclusion of what she said about ending the summoning ritual in the book, which is that you were supposed to destroy its physical connection with this world.
Right now, Fredie and I are just.
Yeah,
that's
not
kind of
literally.
what I'm channeling.
I know we do burglary, but I don't know how up I am for kidnap, even if she is literally made of marble.
She's gonna weigh a fuck.
Kidnap.
Yeah.
Marble's heavy.
It's a good thing we brought the trolley.
We didn't bring the trolley.
Yeah, because we're cutting the picture out. We're not stupid.
Well, if she can still move, we can probably just coerce her to come with us somehow, maybe.
Maybe if we come back tomorrow, I won't have a headache, so I'll be able to convince her to come with us.
No,
Well, we've got one half, and we know that the other half is a person, so this kind of changes a lot of things. So maybe we should skedaddle for now.
I don't think that's going to make a difference. Whatever time we come back, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
But we
Whatever's
can't
happening.
steal her.
It will definitely
And
make
then
one
we can
huge
come
difference.
people.
It will definitely make one huge difference if you come back
If
later.
we wait long enough, she'll die.
What?
Well, if we
Why?
wait long enough, years, eventually she'll die, and then we could just steal her body.
Do I need to make one
Let's
additional
leave.
connection for you guys?
Hmm?
So, what happened with Pino?
Well, I know that connection.
Yeah, I
my
figured
my
that.
character, my character wouldn't.
His
Okay.
I figured that out, but I feel like I can't get a word in sideways.
Alright.
You need a prompt so you can wave.
Even if I did try and explain it, what do I explain it with? Interpretive dance? Trying to explain earlier what was in the book was impossible.
I mean, just tell them what you think's going to happen.
How do I explain this without sounding like I am crazy and what is
We
going
already
on?
think you're crazy. You should just say
Yeah,
it.
we literally already think you're crazy.
Brilliant. Thanks for that. Nice.
This is where you get to prove that you're not crazy.
I was being nice.
Okay. Well, whatever's happened, where Pino has had his head go boom, that's made the marble lady the marble lady. Okay?
Eh?
Do you think?
That
She was-
happening made the marble lady the marble lady. That's what I'm understanding. Him being taken away from this and him dying in some gruesome manner has awoken the marble lady.
No, I think she was marble anyway.
But she was already here,
has
wasn't
makeup.
she?
She has
No,
makeup.
No, she was already here, yeah, but that's awoken the piece of art. And I think what's going on now, you spoke to the marble lady,
Mhm.
and now you're going whack.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you
I
made
just got a
people too.
headache.
No, you go and whack.
Am
I
gonna
have
get
no
turned into
idea what's
marble?
going on.
Are they going to turn me into marble?
No, they're gonna try and
Don't do that,
kill
you'll be
you.
already.
They're gonna kill me.
Yes,
What?
they're gonna try and
Why?
kill you.
We haven't
That's
stolen
why
anything
you're
yet.
Doesn't matter if you've stolen anything.
And you have
Oh,
stolen something. You've
the
already grabbed
watch,
the
isn't
painting.
Yeah, we haven't left with it yet. We could still leave it here.
No, but
Do you think he's upset about his watch?
I am really confused.
Oh yeah, just give the watch back. Like we don't even
Surely,
need that.
surely
Just
she
take
was
this
already
birthday.
marble when she arrived.
no, but the marble lady is something other than a marble lady. She's more magical than a lady. Okay, she's different. She's special. She is the piece of art. And
How
the
do we
piece of
steal
art-
her?
I don't know. I
Off
don't
her
know how
legs.
to steal her. But
Don't
whatever's going on
understand.
with the marble lady is what's going on with your head, because that's
Oh, do you think my head's going to like explode?
yes, yes,
God.
that's what I think's gonna happen.
Why didn't you just say that?
That would be so
Because you're
shit.
You're all idiots.
That would be so shit.
If I said your head's gonna explode because the marble lady's here, you would be like, "Have you been drinking again?"
Well, I mean, you have.
It's not a lie.
Literally, you
Right,
need to
lie.
just start saying these things.
How do we stop the head from exploding? Occult
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah, expert.
Like
You read the book.
Her head really
How do we
tightly.
stop my head from exploding? I
Then
really
ask why the head explode? Why her of all people?
Like, I'm pretty sure my
The lady
80
spoke
in
to her.
appearance will not be an 80 anymore if my head explodes. So can we just like speed up the situation where
Yeah, but why did she speak to?
I introduced myself to her at the party? She's
The only
Loads
one
of
who
people
spoke to her.
she's LaRouche's wife, his new wife.
Yeah,
They
but
got-
didn't lots of people speak to her?
Wife.
Yeah.
Right.
So are all these people gonna explode?
No, she did something to you.
Why just her?
I don't
I don't
know.
remember doing anything
What
to
did
me.
you-
She
what
wasn't
did
like,
you do? Did you hit
hocus
on her
pocus.
husband? No,
blah, blah, blah,
She
blah,
did
blah,
a
blah.
thing to you. She spoke to you. Something. I don't know. I wasn't.
Did you hit
I
on
wasn't-
her husband in front of her?
No,
Pardon?
I don't do that.
Then why does she single you out
I don't know. Maybe she likes me.
to kill you?
Who knows? She's made out of marble. Who knows?
She is literally made out of marble.
Wow.
I've seen that.
While you guys are discussing this, the
Oh God.
people
no.
inside heard the commotion outside.
Come on, we won't be that loud.
No, we were like whispering.
Yeah,
the
but
whole
you've been
time.
doing that. You've been doing the whispering, arguing thing for the last 10 minutes. And Paladin's shocked to see you guys here.
Hi.
And he's like he doesn't know what he's like, what are you doing here? And LaRouche is angry to see you here. But what's her name, Bethesda? She's sort of smiling at Elsie.
I
told you.
Your head's gonna go. Boop.
I told you.
Now is the time for Freddy to do a job.
Yeah, I think that maybe we just shoot them all.
I'm like not gonna be mad if people get shot right now.
Can you shoot through marble? Like,
Yeah, you can actually.
Shoot for
Ooh.
kneecaps. So
but
Yeah,
that'll
but look at
devalue the
it.
piece. Like,
I'm not saying shoot the marble kneecaps,
oh, okay, that's fine. But what do we do about the marble lady?
but we can't really kill them though because then we'll have killed people, and we don't do that. We don't kill people.
Oh.
Hello, what's going on here?
It's
Where are the police?
LaRouche is like, are you here to witness my masterpiece? Look at her. Look at the beauty of pure inspiration made form.
That's really
He's very
How did he do that though? Like how? Like, can we ask him that?
You can ask him.
All right. Well, how did you do that?
He says, I was.
Why you do this?
He says,
Why you do this?
I knew this team up of paladins wasn't going to be worth anything. But I knew his love for the divine and the arcane was a true path to something real and something beautiful. He says, I performed the ritual and the evocation, and it came true. My statue became a conduit through to the avatar of pure muse, pure inspiration had a form within this world.
What happens if you shoot her? Will she die or will she turn to marble?
Why
Wait,
would you?
asking him that.
He says, why would you want to destroy this beauty of this is what we artists have sought since the beginning of time.
Are you trying to imply that just because she got shot she wouldn't be beautiful anymore? Because that is fucking ableist and not fair. And like she would be just as beautiful if she had a bullet wound or two than if she didn't. So I think that's like really unfair and really prejudiced.
He's really angry at you. He's like, I cannot believe this. You're such a philistine. I present you with greatness, and you give me crap banter.
No, it's a hypothetical situation.
Excuse me. I'm gonna.
Can I him?
I'm very upset right now. No, you can't high five him. I'm gonna fucking do one on him. I'm gonna.
Pinot Grigio, why is he dead?
He says that was unfortunate. Not everybody can realize their true potential. It's like she.
Oh, I high-fived a murderer.
He says that she is a gift to all artists, and anyone can realize the potential she's gifted upon you will reap greatness. Anyone who can't they'll be left behind.
Oh god.
No, so why'd you kill him?
I can't reap greatness. I'm gonna die.
No, wait.
Why can't I reap greatness?
Why? What did you do to him?
I didn't do anything. She just helped unlock his potential, let him see the great things he could actually do. That he was unable to achieve, that is on him.
And his head popped.
Apparently.
Well, why
he looks a bit.
Your head gonna explode?
He looks a bit.
That definitely happened.
He looks a bit put out by that. He says, "I'm not." He says, "My head. I created my perfection. Look at her."
Yeah, but what about your
his
extra
head
perfection?
popped.
He said, he was visited with this strong thing that was driving his head crazy, but he managed to achieve it.
Well,
Lauren, you just need to sit down and start painting, man.
What?
If the other guy,
We need
Pinot Noir, if
to
he
steal the Declaration of Independence. That's where we're going with this, right? That's what we're gonna do.
If that's
Oh
what you
my
want
God.
to do, then yeah, we'll do that too. But we better sort this problem out first.
That would be amazing.
Thingy, what's his name? Paladin. What's his
If
name?
Pinot Noir
Paladin.
had like
Paladin says this is. Sorry, what?
Would the Minotaur have come to life?
If they did, he says that there's only one, as far as he sees it anyway. There's only one muse in the universe, and it has been brought forth into this statue. So.
Wait. So what you're saying is he had no chance to actually fulfill greatness then?
He did. When he did the ritual. I'm getting a bit deep into this. When he did the ritual, he did. He had the same visions poured into his head, and that's how he created her. But now she's doing that, spreading that to other people.
So you've given me her crazy fucking inspirational STD. I didn't ask for this. I did not ask for this.
He says if she has unlocked her potential, see it as a gift.
But
See that you
I don't need potential. I'm already amazing. Okay. I don't need potential. Potential is just it's inconsequential. I'm already so good. I don't like what's potential. Potential stuff that it's in the future you might or might not achieve it. I'm already achieving greatness right now in everything that I do.
He says. Well, actually,
my God.
Paladin just interrupts and says, "This is all utter madness. This is not what I wanted. This is not.
I'm with this guy.
This is not the path to the divine. This is just folly." And he says, "This thing should be destroyed."
Wait,
the
you
lady?
gave him
Yes.
the book.
He says, "I didn't. Well, I hoped he would find greatness. I didn't know he would unleash demons upon this world."
Why would you give a guy a book about summoning demons and then be like, why you summon demons?
You did that. You did do that.
That is a good point. Well
Says
made.
That is.
He goes,
Answer
you
my
know what?
question.
He goes, my bad.
Okay. Well, how about
No.
Freddy shoot the statue because then maybe I won't die.
But then
Okay.
we're out of a job.
Yeah, but we can take the pieces of the statue.
But
Shall
The
I shoot her?
statue's not supposed to be alive. Kill the statue.
okay.
Right. So you guys gonna go into combat?
I guess so.
Because I can. Hold
a
on.
magical statue that
Because-
can make our heads explode.
Because it's already
Okay,
9.
okay.
Because it's already 9. My suggestion is, rather than play out combat, which in Call of Cthulhu can take like an hour, I would just I'd say you let me auto resolve combat,
Yeah, sure.
which means that.
I'm just gonna hide in the corner anyway. So
Because I kind of want to wrap up. So my suggestion is that basically the crew, those of you with weapons, kind of unload on the statue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, should I punch the statue in the face?
Yeah. And
Yeah, go for it.
I think Heather's.
No,
got-
I probably can't do that. I probably
If
have
you take her
headache.
arms off, when she's dead, she'll look like that statue that's famous.
That is a good idea. You know what? The mistress did not specify how many arms were needed.
All right.
Lovely.
Anyway, so let's because I don't want to drag this out any longer. Let's just say you guys do get into combat. LaRouche kind of runs off because he's actually a bit of a coward, and it turns out that Bethesda, although quite menacing, as a big block of marble, wasn't actually that difficult for you guys to destroy.
that's fair.
Is there bits of the statue left?
There are pieces. Basically, yeah, she collapses and screams, and as she does, like you hear those whispered voices, and that you guys have been hearing throughout this, kind of like evaporate up into the sky. But also the visions, sort of, kind of like the visions sort of start to fade from your head as well.
Oh, cool.
And pieces of the statue are all over the place.
Right. Well, if you don't mind us, Mr. Paladin, we're gonna take this and go.
He's just shocked. He's like, take it. This is all
Oh.
this is all an abomination.
Okay, wicked. We'll have
I'll
it.
tell you to never lend that book out again.
He says
Yeah,
the
well,
lending. He
the-
says, he
Should
says
stop looking into this stuff.
he says the lending library is
Yeah.
closed.
Have we got
Good.
have we got to like glue the statue back together?
No.
Because like
You delivered.
We can just give it her in pieces.
Let's just
and
put
be
it in
like,
a bag.
it's a
Let's put it in a
puzzle.
bag. There was no specified way to deliver the you know.
Just tell her
requirements.
it's an interactive art piece.
I will.
Yeah.
Just put it together herself.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you as a wrap up. When you get back to your base, Rose is waiting there for you, and she collects the bag off you full of statue pieces with a smile and kind of like as if she was just expecting that anyway.
Wait.
Oh, critical failure!
So you reach in to grab Rose's bra,
I
and
like how you know.
and instead you look over and she winks at you and she's holding your
Your bra?
no, not your bra, your underpants.
Oh!
Yeah, she's got your knickers basically. She's
you feel into your dress. You've got no knickers on.
I'm not wearing a dress.
but that's what makes it more impressive. She got it through your sneaking outfit.
that's even more impressive.
I mean, I stole a bra at the beginning of this morning. I guess it's only fair.
But she says, "Thank you very much, ladies. The mistress will be very pleased. She knew you would deliver on this quite difficult mission." She says,
We always deliver.
She says, "I
Can I
want."
have my underwear back, please?
She says, "No, I'm keeping these," and she put.
Okay.
And she says, "But I would warn you that if the strange things you've seen on here, they're perhaps just the beginning."
Mm.
And yeah, and that's it. I think that's us wrapped up for the first heist crew for Adventure Bastards.